Hey guys, welcome back to our second campaign in the world of Ashura. We have a new guest here with us who is no longer a guest but an actual player.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey, Brianna.
hello. Thank you all for inviting me.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure.
Now see, when we get in Shit Talk Trevor, when we're done with the campaign, someone can continue to do it.
Always
oh
nice.
no, I should talk him constantly.
See, it works.
It's nice
It's
to have a
not-
plus one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. So this campaign is the second one, like I said, in the world of Ashura. It is called The Plague of Roses. It's been 20 years since the last campaign. There may or may not have been shenanigans in between that 20-year time with little one-shots or something that we'll have along the way. I'm going to go ahead and let everybody introduce their characters and what they look like. Now, not necessarily that you are meeting each other at this time, but this will save us time from having to describe ourselves as you appear. So let's go ahead and start with Austin.
My character's name is Cassius Octa. He is a tiefling. He's a bit on the lighter side with a mixture of kind of like bluish and like a little bit of white in there and a little bit of purple. He has no visible pupils. His horns retract around his head versus straight back. He's about 6 feet tall, kind of lanky. Can I have a coat?
You can have a coat.
Cool.
Yeah, please, sir.
He's got a long trench coat on, or like a duster, and his clothes aren't like, they're more modern. They're not really like of nobility, kind of like mid-level button-down vest and stuff with little stuff like interwoven in between it, which appears to be like some armor that he wears. Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Next we have. I have to dismiss this stupid dice thing. I don't want to spend $5 on dice every time I change this. Tom. Tom, go ahead and describe what your character looks like in your name.
Yeah. So, my character's name is Don Fang. He is bald. He has like the way that he wears very light clothing. Just kind of like loose pants, sandals. He has kind of like this cloth that goes to the side of him. Pretty big guy. He kind of stands out from the other monks because he's kind of got like the build of like a farmer. Like he's got some broad shoulders. He's a bit
He's a
bigger.
little thick.
Yeah, he's a pretty thick guy, which I can kind of relate to. That's not a problem for me to be immersive with that. So that's what we're working with, and
Commit to the role.
we're just talking about it. We're talking about just appearances, right?
Yeah. Just kind of what you look like. That way, like I said, when you're in the act, we're not having to re-go over what you're describing. Everybody sees as new people meet you, kind of deal.
Yeah. He's just got like some pretty like typical casual like brown pants, and then just like a lighter color like cloth over him, and maybe like a belt. Pretty typical stuff. Deep voice.
Okay.
The
Alright.
picture on D&D Beyond has like a tattoo on his head. Does he have that? Or no?
No
Okay,
tattoo.
cool.
Just a bird little man. Dice sale is live. Dismiss. All right. Next, we have Brianna. If you want to go ahead and give us your name and describe what your character looks like.
Sure. Francesca is a... Oh, wait. Should I wait until Austin's back?
I think he has his headphones on. Austin, throw something out of your kitchen if you got your headphones on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's good.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So, my name is Francesca. I would say probably 5'7" ish, so kind of tall. Fairly lithe. An olive tone skin. Probably darker, thicker brows that dominate her facial features with the kind of hooked aquiline nose, as they call it, like a strong, Roman woman kind of appearance.
Oh.
And really, the only way that you would know that she is not, human or elven, is just that she has that slight point to her ears, and that her very bushy, curly, bright red hair at the bottom, as it kind of graces her shoulders, has these like little, it almost looks animated, like these little licks of flames that are just like constantly brushing against her shoulders. And that's probably the most noticeable thing about her. She does have little, little pieces of gold jewelry about her. But the jewelry itself is not like incredibly flashy or anything. She just has this very intense, like, determined look about her face most of the time.
Oh, awesome. All right, next up is dismiss. There we go. Mike.
Hi. I am Malik Bragdish. I am a half-orc barbarian bard. He is standing at about 6'7", about 300 pounds. He's 25. Yeah, he's fun. He is a male and identifies as so. He's got about olive green skin, just basic, kind of a little bit more pale, just because he doesn't, he's not out in the sun with his shirt off like other orcs. Black eyes, black hair, kind of slicked back. His ears kind of droop down a bit.
Oh,
And he just wants to be the best boy he can be.
cute.
You should see
Hell
his
yeah.
backstory.
That sounds sad.
It is sad. It turned out way more sad when I was like, I got this funny little goofy idea and I wrote it down and there was a couple paragraphs. I was like, oh no.
It doesn't matter what I do, mine always turns sad. Like, really, really sad. And I'm like, shit.
Same.
Nice, very nice. We'll can't wait to hear your voice.
What voice?
Yeah.
And then last but not least for our little group is someone that apparently spent money and has a little emblem on his picture because last time Austin told him it was a chick. Trevor.
I did not spend any money. I went on Google Images and found something a little more accurate.
So not a chick. Fair enough.
No.
Not that you know of.
That's
No.
true.
Yeah.
Make a perception check, DM.
True. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
What is Uncle Touchy's perception? Not very high, actually. Well,
That works.
Uncle Touchy will do it the old-fashioned way. We'll find
Oh,
out.
It's more of a hands-on learner.
All right, Trevor, go ahead and tell us who you are and describe your character for us.
Okay. I am going to be playing Visrar Tekanath, the Magnificent. He is a half drow, and has sort of a ashen gray skin tone that's sort of highlighted with like a dark tan. So he kind of has this weird it's like a light gray and dark tan combination. His ears have just a very slight point to them, as he is a half elf. He has a very bright silver, almost white mustache that is waxed out into like very fine points. That's like almost like a kind of like a
Candle.
Salvador Dali mustache almost. and he has a very pointed, like little beard just on the tip of his chin that's also very bright silver, almost white in color. He wears very loose-fitting, flowing, like bright purple shirt that looks like it's like made of like a fine silk, with a white vest over it, and very sort of pantaloons that are very loose-fitting, kind of billow out at the bottom, that are kind of a tan in color, and he wears lots of jewelry. He has all kinds of like gold and silver bracelets, earrings, and is just very exotic looking.
Okay.
Important question: exotic or gaudy? There is a difference.
That is a good question.
He is pretty gaudy. He is wearing a lot of very bright colors and a lot of jewelry.
Mm.
I could just see him doing this, like.
Twirls mustache.
Yeah.
So during that bit of
Okay.
the sorry.
No, go ahead, Mike.
I was just going to say during that bit of the recording, you will hear a very odd sound because I didn't know that the dice I got have sound.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Is
Instead
it
of
is
the
it the ice ones?
no, I got the Archmage Favor, like the purple ones that when you get a nat 20, it draws like a pentagram kind of circle thing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So they were very magical sounding. I'm sure they're nice.
Yeah, mine were very obnoxious, so I had to turn the sound completely off on mine.
Yeah.
I got the everlasting rhyme one, and when it goes away, it like blows away, and I'm like, why? Why is that needed?
Mine like fucking explode.
Jesus.
I'm like, why? Why would you do that?
Good thing you don't have PTSD.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
Not yet.
I mean, but that was like
The night is
besides
young.
the like heavy metal clang of them hitting. It was like clang, 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 and then it showed the number, and it like fizzled, and then it was like, shh.
It's way
This is
too
bad.
much. Way too
Way
much
too much.
ASMR going on.
I turned the sound to like a sliver, and it was still just way too much. So I was like, yeah, fuck it.
All right, so we've got all of our characters made. The stage is going to be set.
Mhm.
So there is a prologue. Now this comes from the writings of a guy that I have not named, apparently.
Deckard Cain.
Well, I literally wrote Pius the Third and not his name in the middle. Pius Touchy the Third.
Antony.
Pyrus Anti the Third.
Let's go with that one. And Tony.
Is it really Pius Touchy the Third?
No, it is not Pius Touchy.
Okay, great.
Mr. Touchy is not a religious person.
I wouldn't imagine so.
I mean, maybe he is. I'm Catholic. It's an unfortunate part of circumstance.
Well, there's a lot of Catholic influence in Francesca, so.
Ooh. All right, where'd Tom run off to?
I see
Oh, I
a
see him.
silhouette.
I just see him.
Her name came from Dante's Inferno, by the way.
All right.
Nice. Mine, Octa actually means night, like the night sky.
Cassius does?
Octa, his last name.
Hmm.
It means of the night.
I like that.
Malik, I made it up. I didn't need anything.
Oddly
Names are
enough,
just made up.
Tom's means dawn in English.
English.
Oh,
And it means, and then it gets better. It also means fang in English too.
Oh,
Fang
it's
means
like-
tooth.
I'm learning so much.
So, now
Baby's
Tom's
first candy.
This comes from the writings of Pius Antony III of the Church of the Traveling God. It has been 20 years since the gods have abandoned us. 20 years since this evil has beset our lands. The plague has taken many, and no one has answered our prayers. Even the great city of Calendes has fallen silent to our plight. But now we have hope. The traveling God has come, and with him, salvation. So we open on the city of Barrowville with Tom. You and your little troop of monks are entering into the city of Barrowville. As you know, it is a city in the Alexandrian Empire to the north of the main city. It's along the coast. The city itself is not very large. Go ahead and roll me a history check.
First roll.
History check. Got it.
That is an 8. Being a traveling monk, history's not your forte. You're more about all of the now, not the then. I get that. You do know that Barrowville is not necessarily a major trading hub like some of the other cities along the coast, but it is one of the big passenger cities between the continents, if it's not the Alexandrian city itself. You know that there is a mayor here that takes a very heavy hand in making sure everything is nice and structural here. And it's really about all you know. So what do you do?
So my character's walking with his group of monks.
Yeah, you're walking into town.
Okay. Try not to overthink this. All right, I'll look over at my buddies. Hey, Sochi, I guess we better get some supplies. You know anywhere that gets good supplies around here?
Probably the market.
All right, lead the way.
All right. So the monks are heading to the market, I guess, to gather supplies. As you're passing through the town, you pass by a. Where's my pen? New pen. You pass by a inn. In front of this said inn, you see you see kind of this orc looking being he's playing outside of it. He's looks like he's dolled up, but what he's dolled up in is it looks like they just threw him random garments of like from random noble, like nothing matches. Like the colors are completely off. The it definitely looks like he did not put this together so much as this is what he found around. And he is playing a little tune on his his tongue drum.
His tum drum. Is it like a joyful tune?
Oh. Malik, is it a joyful tune?
It's kind of like Deftones, you know. It's got a little bit of a beat to it, but you know, if you pay a little close attention, it's like, oh.
Sad words to a happy beat.
Yeah.
Can you demonstrate for us how you play your instrument?
Oh
So
yeah,
that
no,
everyone-
it's just a guitar. No, no, it's he's got a battle axe with strings strapped from the top to the bottom, and he's holding it upside down, and for the beat, since he's kind of a one-man band, he strums and he uses his thick sausage hands to slap the metal of the axe for his bass as he's trying to strum, and it doesn't sound good at all because he can't get in sync with either of them. Like he has to stop strumming completely and just whapa.
Yes.
And that's what I would come across.
You do. You see this. This orc playing outside of the tavern. He's got a little hat. Looks kind of like a top hat, but it's definitely been stretched. Like a giant head's tried to wear it and decided he couldn't.
Is he
Just
like
in
a
front of him
buster?
as he plays on his little guitar.
Hey,
My-
Sochi, I know we got to get supplies, but I got to take a listen to this guy. And I just listen into his music.
Okay. Cool.
Hey, that sounds pretty good. You're pretty good at that.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. I do appreciate you kindly. I really, I knew I was going to be able to keep it till someone left.
I will always be the first to laugh. I'm sorry.
That's, if you don't mind, I do work for tips. It's
Oh,
big
well, that's-
smack.
That's the least I can do. Hey, Sochi, let me get a gold coin for this guy. Here you go.
Oh, thank you,
Did you-
sir.
did you-
Thank you kindly.
Sarah, be sure you want to spin a gold coin.
He already put it in the hat.
That's not my gold coin. That's Sochi's gold coin. He's okay. Did you write that song yourself? That's pretty good.
Yeah, I totally wrote it myself. Don't look
Well,
it up.
my character has a flute. I pull it out. I have to play the flute myself. Not good at it though. I put it back.
That never stopped me. Just kind of drums harder.
Roll me a performance.
Oh no. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
His roll.
Use Rose's roll. I need it. What do we got? What do we got?
It's coming,
Send
it's
it.
coming.
Send it.
But anyway,
15 plus 3, so that's an 18.
Yeah.
So you
Ah.
strung well on that guitar there. Guitar.
all right.
It just
Trim.
eventually becomes like a nice slap bass. Just-
Uh,
I know.
Hmm.
I'm just over there like,
during that little riff there, you another 3 silver makes its way into your hat.
Oh, thank you kindly. I'm gonna like kind of do the strum and point. Twing.
He reminds me of the guards from Fable.
Oh,
Chicken chaser.
I was channeling some Alfred Kane Alfred. Jesus Christ, some Michael Caine.
Good old Alfred
Good play.
Kane.
Yeah, good old
My-
Alfred Kane. That's my next D&D character. He's a butler.
And why do we fall, Master Wayne?
I hit Blake with that.
Okay. So while all of this is going on, Brianna, you are also entering into the city, but you are coming off of a boat.
Mm-hmm.
So you are coming off of the passenger ship Loretta.
Okay.
You have made landfall. Well, you left from.
The place that we never agreed that I came from.
Exactly.
I honestly forgot to ask you where I came from.
That's okay. I'll fix that in a minute.
Okay, cool.
But you guys have just reached dock, and oddly enough, there is a second person on this boat, and that would
Okay.
be Austin's character.
Oh.
So
Have
first,
we-
we'll start with you, Brianna. The boat travel itself has been probably about 4 or 5 days, give or take. Both of you roll me a d20, and we'll see how close the numbers come together, and that's how much you guys kind of got to know each other over this little trip. Well, it might not be much. Oh, it's better than I thought it was.
Yeah, rolling strong.
Glad to see your
We have best friend bracelets already.
your roll, Austin. Your rolling's going to go great for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I didn't even see what you rolled. What did you roll?
You rolled a 5.
Oh, well,
So you guys actually have had a couple of conversations on this trip. I mean, especially being that on this boat, it's mostly been like halflings and dwarfs and a few humans. You two kind of stick out comparatively to the rest of the crew. Nothing real personable, more of just a passing hi, a little bit of talk, where you're at, where you're going to, kind of thing, and you both ended up here.
So I'd probably be deep in scripts. I'd have scripts in front of me that I'm reading most of the time.
Okay, sure.
That's how I'd feel like he'd pass his time.
I would probably do a lot of reading as well. Depending on what kind of little glass pieces I had on me, I would probably try to scoop some seawater into a little glass beaker, something, and just stuff it in my pocket to examine later.
Okay, sure. You can go ahead and add that to your character sheet.
Yeah. Vial of seawater.
All right.
Super useful.
During one of those times you went to collect seawater, a weird blue man was like, "Are you throwing away anything in here?" No? Okay, then. And he's just gone.
Do it, Austin. Throw a banana in the water.
You littering?
No. No. I'm the blue man this time.
Quick question. When you said reading scripts, do you mean scripture,
No, not actual scripture, just books, and
okay.
scrolls. Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't know if he's an actor or if he's another religious zealot, but
You will see.
oh yeah, can't wait.
I probably have as many books and scribbling in notebooks and stuff as well. So we're probably, I would say honestly that I would find him favorable in a general sense, just because we both are the odd person out and we are both clearly very into reading. So even without conversing much, I'd say I have a somewhat favorable perception.
The shy kids in the corner reading.
For the rest of the campaign. Just the reading kids.
The boat was rocked by a heavy storm, and it's just these two lovable idiots sitting on the deck. Just, have you read this one yet? That's my favorite.
Oh my gosh! Just wait till you get to the part. Get to that one part.
Yeah,
Kicks the helmet and it breaks his toe.
Oh my god, you dog ear your pages? I don't know if I could be friends with you anymore.
No. That was one time.
I was young and naive.
I was a fool.
We all make bad decisions. Oh, what is the name of the ocean that we have been sailing on, by the way?
The ocean itself is just called the Great Ocean because there is only one major land body of water.
Is this the Wind Waker?
No, but I mean, there's two major continents, but there's not anything separating. There's no Atlantic Pacific. It's just one enormous ocean.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pacific Ocean.
It's got names in other languages, but the common tongue is just called the Great Ocean.
So you can just say the ocean.
Yeah.
The Grand Line.
Somebody's ears are ringing somewhere. They didn't say the right name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do the two of you do then, since you guys have docked together here?
Now, is this like my hometown, or is this a new place for me?
This is near your hometown, actually.
This is new. Okay.
Yeah, you're probably either on your way home or ready to do something different, but this was just a stop on your way.
Okay.
And I assume it's pretty far from where I come from.
Yes. Yes, it is.
All right. So, I guess I'd head down like the gangplank, start walking out, kind of like fumbling my book to like put it away.
Yeah, Francesca
Oh.
has her. She's kind of like clinging to her books, just like a schoolgirl would, like because she doesn't really know what else to do, and even though she has that intense look on her face, she's still kind of shy, being in a new place, like a place this new and this far from where she's ever lived before. So she probably eyes Cassius, and in that kind of way that like if you ever talk to one person on a bus ride and then you get to where you're going and you feel anxiety about being away from that one person that you talked to on the bus ride because now you're totally alone. She's kind of like, oh, am I the only one who feels that? Sorry. She would like continue to like eye him in like a, should I say something? It was nice talking to him. I wonder what he's reading. Like, just kind of thinking to herself.
You all right there?
Yes, why?
You look a little nervous around this part of town. Like, are you new here? Have you ever been to this port?
No, I haven't, but
It's
well,
not,
that's
it's a new
nothing
city.
wrong with that, right?
Yeah, no. Exploring the world, you know, you have to learn some things and you do some traveling, find yourself and stuff. So,
Right.
it's a weird world out there. Would you care to just go for a walk? You look a little like a fish out the water.
Sure, that sounds wonderful, actually.
Maybe we can find a local library or something. I see you're very fond of of scriptures as well.
Oh, yes, yes. In fact, I was looking for, well, many things, but a library is definitely on my list, and well, not to brag, but I kind of have easier passage in most libraries than most. So,
Oh, that would be great. Oh, that would be great. I have
it would. I
research
don't
to do.
find lover
Right.
of books very often.
It's not certainly by choice, but you know, with the world going to what it is around us, you know, somebody's got to look into it.
Exactly why I'm here too. Is that why you're here?
Yes. Currently on my way home, so I just, you know, stop in each port to look into things and see if I can find anything that can abate what's going on.
When you say what's going on, do you mean,
Roses?
well, right, this disease that everyone's been
Yes.
talking about?
Yes, I've been trying to look into the matter to see what's going on and how we could maybe, you know, stall it if we can. Stop it, maybe. Who knows?
I've had a few theories of my own, but it's hard to find enough reading, you know?
Yeah, there never seems to be the right book, you know? Like
No.
this one. And you find like one sentence in it and you're like, well, maybe this one. And then you find like
I
three
know,
words
and
in
it references a book that you have to go then search out, and then you go and find that book, and then that book doesn't even mention that one sentence that the first book said, and
or somebody spilled something in it. Oh,
Ugh.
don't even get me
I know.
started.
well, I think it's even harder because this flower that supposedly everyone's been talking about, everyone thought it was extinct. So not much has been written about it in quite a long time.
No, it's very strange indeed how it has severed the ties between the gods and poetically their children. It's a little weird. Oh, I feel like I'm being quite rude. We've kind of passed each other and stuff. I'm Cassius, by the way.
Francesca, lovely to meet you.
Pleasure. Let's take a jaunt towards the library. How about that? And see if we can find
Of
us a good
course,
book.
and maybe something to eat on the way.
Oh, I am parched.
I am too. Something light, though. I'm kind of seasick after all of that. Whoever drove that boat, well,
They
not very
weren't
good.
I mean, they were mostly minding it for, the halflings, the little ones. So it's,
Well.
they were being more conscious to them.
You couldn't see over the wheel.
Two halflings stacked on top of each other. Now you turn.
Just a stack of 4 halflings at the wheel.
Yeah.
They're under
We're
attack.
trying our best.
It's hard to find good work these days.
And all these tall humans, elves, are just sitting there like, should we help? No, fuck no.
This is funny.
All the halflings are like, gee, I wish somebody tall would help us. And we're like, noses stuck in our books, like not even paying attention.
You fucking nerds.
None of them thought to get something to stand on. They're like, no, let's switch out. You on my shoulders now.
Yeah.
I'm tired, Brutus. Please let me look on your shoulders.
God, this driver is fucking awful.
We're doing our best.
So, as Francesca and Cassius are making their way into town for food and to find the library, we'll return to Dawnfang, who has made his way into the market. Now, what were you looking for?
What was I? Are you talking about like as the NPC asking me what I'm looking for, or just
No, I'm asking you as the DM.
Oh, so I was just looking for like supplies, like maybe like potions or rations. Yeah.
Well, I mean, so Bearville doesn't have a very large market because, like I said, they're not a big trading city as much as like Grim Harbor or Alexandria itself. They do have a couple of little like venues of places to eat, like little food stalls and that. But there's something that does stick out in the market. Is that there is set up on one of the little corners. It looks to be some sort of. It's probably a half elf. You can definitely tell from the ears, but he's very dark skinned, and he's got a table. And on the table are just several cards that he's just shuffling about.
So I'm just walking from.
Yep, and as you pass by, it just happens to catch your eye as well.
Okay. So I bid Malik adieu and I walk forward, and then this catches my eye. Oh, hey, look, this place has got everything. It's even got cards. I love these. Hi there, what's your name?
Sorry.
Welcome to the jitters.
Yeah. Hello, good sir, and welcome to Vesrar the Magnificent. And I'm going to cast Prestidigitation and create like a little sparkly my name in letters right above me. What are you looking for? Tell fortunes?
I just love just Dawn over here, little Dawn Fang.
I can tell fortunes. I can read palms. I can do magic show. What are you looking for, good sir?
Oh my gosh, I love this town. I want to live here. And I just like flip out my palm. Read my palm for me. Tell me what my palm says.
Okay, let's try here. So I'm going to take your palm, and I am going to use my feature to detect thoughts on Dawnfang.
Okay. Is that a roll or is it just an immediate?
That's cheap.
So I had, let's see, detect thoughts.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm assuming he is willing to let me read his thoughts since he asked for a palm reading.
I would say so because he did ask for a palm reading.
Yeah, so I'm going to see what surface thoughts Dongfeng is having.
Okay. Roll me a d20.
Okay. Let's see here. 14.
Yeah, I mean, you can get a pretty deep into his surface level thoughts here. Unfortunately, I think most of his surface level thoughts are, "This is really cool. I can't wait to see what happens next." Those lights were quite pretty.
Okay.
What else are you thinking, Tom?
I actually sent Trevor a message if he wants to like.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
ooh, I like that.
Me too.
I am seeing deep into the thoughts of Dongfeng. I am
Yes,
seeing you are at a carnival. You are a child at a carnival. And you are having fun. You are wishing, oh, I wish I was riding a pony right now.
Oh, that's the wildest thing. I remember a pony. It was a great pony. Yes, I was little. How'd you know that?
You see, it's magic.
Oh, it's wild.
That will
I
be
don't know how
what.
you did that.
That will be 1 gold, sir.
Damn,
Oh.
fuck.
Hey, Sochi, let me get another gold.
You already spent the gold, sir.
Oh, well, I got gold. Here you go, buddy. Hey, you deserve it.
Why, thank you, good sir. And what brings you to Bereville?
Well, we're stopping by this area, and we really like it a lot. We're just looking to get some supplies and keep things going on smooth. Just kind of keep going and keep moving, you know? We're a lot of movers.
Yes, I myself have come very far to this land. I come from Citicus, far to the south, but the land, it is too dangerous these days, so I find myself up here. I am doing work. I am moving from town to town, but it's good. Business is all right.
Can I see Malik from where I'm standing?
Yeah, probably towards like he's a good distance away, but yeah, I think you can make him out. He stands out in a crowd.
He's a big man.
I'm looking down at everybody as they pass me.
Well, Mr. Magnificent, I gotta tell you, I really want to just live here now. Between your fortune telling and I point over at Malik, his guitar playing with the axe, I've never seen that before in my life. It's fantastic.
Yes, he is quite good. And I'm going to take out my viol and so I should ask if I should not join him sometime.
Oh, that'd be great. I'd give all my gold to see that. And I pull out my flute. I play a little flute myself, but I'm not
Oh
too
my God.
motivated these days.
Oh my goodness, we start band, yeah?
I mean, I'd do it if you want to do it. Yeah.
Oh.
Nothing
Well,
quite like music to bring the harmony.
agreed. In fact, I think I'm about done for the day. Let's see if I will go ahead and close up shop. Let's go see what this traveling man is all about. Maybe Vesra will show him a thing or two.
Oh, you really mean that? Awesome. Like, yeah, you're more than welcome to come with us, Mr. Magnificent. Yeah.
Mr. Magnificent.
All right, so I'll go ahead and shutter the blinds and lock up the wagon and head over to see what's going on with this half-orc musician over there.
Okay, so you guys are heading over there. Mike, roll me another performance while you're over here.
Okay. Oh, that's a 9.
Okay, you get a little tired. It happens. You've got to. You mean, you keep strumming it for so long, eventually it gets tired, and you have to put it away for a little while before you can get back into it. I get that.
Yeah.
Your big meaty hand.
I'm also playing the guitar.
Yeah.
One of the strings breaks.
Yeah. Bow.
But it just blends in with the music.
He just bites onto the string and kind of leans the tip of the axe towards it, and he's like, tick, 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 tick.
Yeah. Playing with the teeth.
Ooh.
Okay. So, Malik, as you're out there doing your thing, getting more into that tummy drum than probably necessary. Dawnfang comes back and he's brought a friend.
Oh, hello. You got coin, I've got song.
I am going, but I would rather play these. And I'm going to take the viol out. We play?
Beat it, Muskrat.
Oh.
Now hold on, friend. I am only trying to join you.
Yeah, well, that's my coin, and you're not touching it.
I have no interest in your coin. I only wish to play with fellow musicians.
So you're telling me that everything we make is mine?
It is all yours, my friend.
Jump on in, friend.
So I'm going to start playing and, backing up his guitar with my violin.
Okay. You can roll me your performance. Dawnfang, are you also trying to get in on this?
Hey, I make a deal with you, Malik. If you let me play the flute, you can make any money you get from this. I'm not gonna take any of it.
There's always room for one more when there's coins involved.
All right, let's do this.
It's a 17 for me.
Okay.
Do we get advantage because there's 3 of us, or is it just that bad?
No, it's just gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Disadvantage now.
I look over to my my buddy
Ooh.
like, hey, Sochi, just let me be, okay? Do the things. Just check back with me in a moment. Yeah, flute time.
Yeah, all right. I'll go ahead and actually get our provisions and supplies.
That me at 21.
Oh wow.
Can I rage?
Wow.
May I thrash?
Name him.
All right, Tom, what's your performance?
Rolling.
Rolling.
So,
Which, to be fair, goes well in hand with his flute playing. So between the violin and the axe guitar, it's a pretty decent performance with just this weird flute in the background that it's not really keeping up with the beat, but everyone's just kind of happy that he's involved. So back to Cassius and Francesca, as you guys are looking for a place to eat, talking around, someone told you about the Cozy Grove Tavern, which is kind of like the place to eat around. And as you go towards as you're getting closer, you start to hear this music. It's a very interesting music, but the one thing both of you do notice is that there's 3 instruments, and one of them sounds like they're trying to play hot cross buns, while the other 2 are playing Hello from the Other Side. Like, that's where this is.
Oh, as an actual musician, that hurts so bad.
Hello.
And I think the worst part out of all of it is that both Malik and Vizar are perfectly okay with his flute playing, and he's just in the background.
Well, I mean, have we gathered a crowd of any kind? Anybody that's standing
You
by
have.
just to... Okay.
Actually, you have got quite a crowd here, and you've made come back. Don't go. You've made 9 silver pieces and 5 copper pieces.
Okay, so hold on. Before I forget that, let me add... And how much copper?
5.
5. So as the
And your
crowd
gold?
is... Yeah, I already added the gold. Thank you.
Okay, good.
I am about my coin, and so as the crowd's like, I'm guessing it's like a semicircle kind of around us.
Yeah.
as like they're playing, are you guys staying in place? And I'm just trying to like walk in front of the crowd, like around the semicircle.
Yeah, I'm positioned beside you. I assume just playing my violin.
I'm
Okay.
just beside Vesar.
Okay.
Is
I
that
was
how you
gonna
pronounce it? Vesar?
Visrar.
Vesar, yeah.
try and take a
Oh,
little
fancy.
like jaunt like closer to the crowd as I'm like walking along, still playing. I'm gonna try and like speak to him a little bit lower toned. Oh, you see the one with the little flute? He seems to be having a little bit of the head problems, and we just let him here. So we're trying to earn a little bit of money to get some magic for him.
Roll
Yes,
this way.
deception.
Oh, is it this way? I thought it was this way.
That's
That's
so.
That's like a recorder, I guess.
This is
Yeah.
the recorder. This is the flute.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Tom,
There
you're
you
over
go.
here.
Yep,
You're over here
there you go.
playing the flesh flute, and you gotta knock that one off, buddy.
Ew.
I played the recorder back in the day. That's what I remembered. But I do remember the flute now.
No, it's not even a flute; it's a piccolo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's like,
little teeny one, little baby one.
Can't see it. That's a 14.
All right, no, fair enough. They really don't have a reason not to believe you, especially most of them that live here. They've met you from time or two. The landlady of the Cozy Grove has ever told everybody that you're just the sweetest thing.
Oh, I
So-
love
Aw.
her.
So yes, Austin Brianna, you are approaching this little crowd that started to gather with these street artists.
So I was reading this book about the what is that?
Oh, it sounds awful. What is it?
Is that supposed to be music? The bald one's trying.
Guys, I hope
his
not.
best.
Is that? Did you say you were from around here? That's not what music sounds like around here, is it?
No. Not at all.
Well, what else could it be? Let's maybe.
This must be the
look.
local ensemble.
Hmm. All right.
Stride
I have
up
to see anyway.
Can't hear it, Blake.
Oh, well, that's a shame. I was just playing like random music that you could like as you're approaching. I didn't want to make it too loud though, because then it could be really bad in this thing. But
You got
So
like
the-
Chandelier playing
yeah,
from
but-
like Vesemir. And
yeah, right.
Rage
But the
Against the
noise
Machine.
cancellation really worked.
Play just blast Careless Whisper.
The horrible. Oh, that one with the horrible flute. Yeah.
It's just the Jurassic Park theme played on the kazoo.
yeah.
Oh God.
I was thinking the video of the guy playing in his car to ZZ Top going back and forth.
Oh my God. Yeah, Francesca is like just confused.
Ooh.
Like, is this actually a music thing, or is this more like a comedy thing, or she just has never seen anything like this? And these are very interesting looking people. They don't look like they go together. There's no like logical pattern to it, to the music. It's just very befuddling. And so she just has no choice but to stand there and just watch, just absorb it all, unfortunately.
Fair enough.
I'll like put like my arm on like a person and be like, are these new? I've never heard this band before.
The big one's been here before, but the other two are new.
Yeah, oh, you can tell. You can tell. Do you like it?
I've always liked the big one. He's real nice to me. But the violinist, he's pretty good. The dude with the flute, he probably could work on his embouchure a little more.
I'm not very musically inclined, but that sounds very intelligent.
I don't know what it is, but I read about it once.
Aw.
Well,
Speechless.
I'm just like, all right then. And then like, so then I'll like make like I guess I'll look up at you, your big eyes, like 6'7", It's you. In the front.
At this point, Malik has tried to do the slide with the guitar, but because it's just dirt, all he's done is scraped his knee.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Francesca looks very disturbed and just very like, I want to go home.
All right. I'm not gonna dawdle around here. I'm gonna head inside and get a drink.
Are they the only people walking away?
I'm-
Probably.
I'm being that rude guy that walks in front of like the crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't even like go to the back before he leaves. He just like diagonally exits.
Half the people are watching because of the comedy. The other half are like watching it for the music.
They're on
And I
me and
just can't
Trevor's
figure out
side.
what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I would if Cassius is leaving, I would follow him.
Yeah.
Just
So, the two of you go ahead and go inside to the Cozy Grove Tavern. The tavern itself is very, very clean, very tidy, well done. It doesn't seem to be too busy. It does look like a lot of the people that are there seem to be more the middle class, the workers that are either on like a lunch or something.
Sure.
The bar itself does not seem to be stocked with like a lot of heavy liquors. It's got the standard like, grog barrel in the back. And it's run by I would say like a middle-aged halfling. She seems like she's been doing this a long time. Her hands themselves look to be sturdy and strong. She has that no nonsense look to her,
mm-hmm.
to her face, but she smiles very kindly when you walk in.
Is the Cozy Grove the same inn that they're all playing outside of? Or is this a
It
different
is. No, it's the same. It's the same tavern.
place? Oh, okay, cool. Francesca would look at Cassius and before looking at her, and just say, I just wanted something light, if that's okay with you.
Sure, they have something light here. Hello, ma'am. What do you have on tap and available to drink as well? Aside from that,
We've got of course the ale of the town, just a standard, barrel beer. I keep water and some teas on tap as well, and then more of a honey mead that's made by one of the beekeepers that works on the farms out here.
a tea and a honey mead. I want to try this.
Sure thing.
I
man.
was gonna order the same thing actually. And do you have like biscuits or crackers or something like that? Maybe
We've
nuts.
We've got bread, cheese, and we do have some nuts.
Okay.
They're pine nuts.
Oh, very expensive. A little bit of all of that would be okay. Not very much. Thank you.
Sure thing. So she starts slowly putting everything together for you.
Mhm.
And then just sets it out onto the table. That'll be 1 silver for the lot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Being you're new here, I'll cover it. And I have gold, so I'll just give her gold.
Okay. She takes it, tests it out, hands you back 9 silver in return. Thanks, love. Let me know if you need anything.
Yes, ma'am, I will.
Well, that was very kind of you. I was going to pay down.
It's okay. You're new here, Just stranger's kindness. Oh.
Well, you said you're not from here either, right?
No, I mean, I'm a little more inland than the way. It's kind of on the way home. So, I'm more familiar with the area. You looked a little shell-shocked stepping on the beach. So,
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, just a nice little stop on the way home, Quaint little town. Would I know anything about this town?
Roll me d20. And then add, let's say we add a +3 to whatever. you roll.
Don't worry about it. It's a 5.
So an 8. I mean,
no, it's a 2. It's a 2.
Oh, it's a
plus-
2. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Fuck you,
Total.
5. So I mean, you do know coming through here, it's mostly like fishermen and farmers. Not a lot really happens here. You do know that the mayor's a Deva.
The Deva.
Yeah, I think that also works with your backstory. Why you would know
Yeah. Okay.
that. Is a Deva named Hope, and he's spoken of to the very level of Deva that he is. Just kind of pompous, really, more so than regular Deva. But he means well in his best. He's he is as he is.
As a Deva does.
As a Deva does.
A real Deva, you know.
Mm.
Got him.
Got it.
Got him.
Yeah, there's not much here in this town, aside from fishermen and trade workers. There's a very eccentric mayor here. He's named Hope. Says a lot about him with the choice of name.
Oh, did he pick that name himself?
Yes and no. It's weird.
So sort of a station name.
Do you know what Devas are?
I can't say that I do.
Would I understand that from my family? What that would have
You
been?
would understand that they're a type of Asimir.
Okay.
They're basically a branch clan version.
Yeah, like a phoenix, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah. They essentially, they're like Asimar, but with a little twist to them. They don't just necessarily die. They can rebirth themselves, but they're a new thing. They're a new visage, but they're still the same thing. It's very weird and complicated.
That does sound very complicated. Especially as a fallen angel. With the gods being quiet, quieter than usual, anyway, I wonder how that would be.
Extremely quiet, or so I've been told. It's very unsettling.
It's been unsettling enough. In my own prayer, it has been rather, well, it was just so sudden, you know.
I'd imagine so. I mean, I was but a boy when it happened, and the shock to my family has been going on for generations, and I'm just, it's odd. I wouldn't have pictured you as a holy person.
Well, I am, and well, more than that, I suppose. I haven't really spoken a whole lot about it, I suppose, because I haven't left my home really. When the gods went quiet, I got very angry. I couldn't understand why they wouldn't answer me anymore. I hadn't done anything wrong, and all of this tragedy had gone around in the world, and they weren't doing anything about it. Why would the gods do that? There's no.
I mean, it's typical of gods sometimes, they don't really always answer when you have a question. So it can be quite frustrating dealing with them. It's not 20 years is quite the gap versus, like a couple of months without saying hello.
When a mother leaves to their devices, you don't blame the child, you blame the mother.
True. I don't know. The gods are
Anyway, that's when I began, well, I'm always looking for answers, and I just can't go without answers. So I went to look for answers in other ways. And that's when I began reading more. You know, I couldn't find many answers in the where I was a cleric, you know, and so I found the libraries and I began to read, and I began to think, why couldn't I look at the herbs that we'd used for healing in different ways? And, one thing led to another, and I just kind of started putting things together and experimenting. And I suddenly was finding answers to things that the gods wouldn't provide me. And it was almost more satisfying that way, finding it myself.
When you say experimenting, were you using like raw materials, like from the earth, or what are you talking about?
Well, yes.
Meanwhile, you hear.
Yes.
Yeah, still hear the.
They've really hit the chorus of their groove in the back. It's just like almost
Right.
catching fire. It's going so fast.
She's like in the middle of trying to formulate her answer, she's like listening to that chorus and is like, I can't believe they haven't stopped yet. And then just like continues right in with
way
her.
too long.
Don't
We're
go
just-
breaking my heart.
We're doing the entirety of Freebird.
Yeah, you just hit the second half of Freebird.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Green grass and hot tides.
I took well, herbs for example. I suppose you're not a holy person then.
Not so much. And as I'm like doing that, I don't know if you catch it. I'm not really trying to hide it. Like I dip my finger in the tea, and then basically I'm casting what is it? Prestidigitation, basically to warm it up. I don't know if you can see that.
Maybe a little, if like a little steam comes off of it, maybe.
Yeah, I'm warming it up. I'm not much of a holy man, and it's basically looks scalding hot when I take a sip of it.
Oh.
So
I think that would
my family
make her smile, considering that she, I mean, with what looks like literal flames licking her shoulders, obviously the heat does not bother her at all either.
Yeah. Yeah, I've dealt with the gods in one way or another, friends of the family and stuff, and it's not so much out of necessity for myself. I'm just, it's not right in the world, and there's an imbalance. Don't like it, and I've been one to tinker and look into books back in the day, and gradually fell into studying manuscripts and reading more and more and drawing away from the family. I'm talking too much here. Basically, I've researched this for several years, and I still have no clue what's going on.
You and I sound quite a lot alike.
Unlike them.
I think the more I read, the more questions I have.
Exactly. It's there's nothing better than a good mystery, but this one is quite the mystery, and it's perplexing to say the least.
Frustrating. I hate to have a mystery right at the edge of my fingertips. For too long, anyway.
For too long.
Especially one this big.
Yeah, it's quite the mystery, and I'll down the tea, and then I'll have a sip of the mead, and just stare at the window and be like, are they gonna go on all day?
Well, we'll come back to them. I'm just letting Mike get back from his excursion.
Yeah. Yeah.
To my Freebird, yeah.
She's kind of smiling for probably one of the first or second times really all day, as she looks over them and just how freaking ridiculous they look.
And as you say that, you see Visrar point a finger up to the sky and shoot fireworks up with prestidigitation. Like,
I'm
do you
just
see all these little firework blasts going off?
like,
Don Fang stops playing the flute to clap real quick before getting back in.
The
So
motion
That was awful.
and be like two ales and a water for the gentleman outside.
yeah, sweet of you, hon. I'll get it to them when they come in.
Yeah,
So-
they look like they need to hydrate.
So back outside, you guys have been just going to town, and finally you finished your
Wailing.
song. Like you have utterly thrashed. The crowd is applauding. That poor old man is crying. He's just so happy that he was here to witness this.
Oh, you mean the
Thank
one
you,
that
Belleville!
Yeah, the one that you and also talked to.
Yeah.
bowing. They loved us. They loved me, guys. They loved me. How about that?
How's that coin hand looking?
Looks like you've made quite a bit of money.
Yeah, it seems I have. Momentarily, while we let the DM decide.
You've gotten another 3 silver pieces and 5 copper pieces.
Well, look at that. It's me lucky day.
Yeah, this is
Y'all
the
are
most you're gonna make
It's fine.
all fucking campaign.
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure
That's
it
okay.
out.
I have
We're gonna play this in every damn night.
A half-orc walks by in a regal robe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much copper was that?
5.
Yay.
An orc in a regal in a noble's outfit walks by and goes, "The damnedest thing I've ever fucking heard in my life." And just like shrinks down to a gnome and keeps walking.
What would you look at that?
Oh, yeah.
I love this town. This town is great.
All right, so yeah, you guys have finished your performance.
You're set.
Well, it was lovely playing with you, and I'm gonna offer my hand and sort of. What was your name?
It's Malik Bragdash. I'm gonna shake his hand very firmly.
Oh, you're quite a strong fellow. Well, Malik, my name is Vesrar. Some call me Vesrar the Magnificent. I have a wagon. I tell fortunes over in the market. And I just met this person. I believe his
Hi.
name was, well, I'll let him introduce himself.
Yes, hi. My name is Don Fang. Nice to meet you.
I'm gonna shake his hand a little bit tighter because I feel like he lost me money.
Yeah, he cost us a little bit.
I was kindly meeting you.
I gotta say, what do you plan to do with all that money? It's a lot of
Oh,
money
you-
you made.
Oh, I like to donate it to charity. And a wink.
Oh,
Insight check.
that's fair.
Go for it.
Okay.
Well, I've
That's a
gotta
dirty
say,
20.
Nice.
Mike, you want to roll your deception there?
Okay. Oh, it's a 19.
Damn.
Wow.
Unfortunately, Vesrar did figure out your charity is your own back pocket.
He's just going to sort of raise an eyebrow and stroke his pointed beard. Okay. Vestar let this one slide. And gives you a knowing look. How about we all go inside for drinks, huh?
You're buying.
Oh, that's a perfect. Let me
I
tell you.
don't know you. I don't know you that well yet, but it looks like you made plenty of money to get yourself a drink, huh?
No, I'm not that thirsty.
Well, I'll tell you, I forgot how much playing the flute makes me thirsty. I'm gonna give me some water.
You
Yes,
are pretty right.
Mr. Donfang, perhaps you take lessons from us someday, yeah?
Oh, I'd love to do that. You do that for me?
Of course. I happen to play, and I'm going to take my shawm out and show him. I happen to play woodwind myself. I could probably help you out somewhat.
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to do that. There's no wonder they call you magnificent. That's great. Thank you.
Well,
That's great.
All the time, Don's are going, "What the fuck's a sham wow?"
Yeah.
You're gonna love my nuts.
Yeah, you gotta love my nuts. So, and with that, well, shall we? And I'm gonna just go ahead and turn around very regally and walk inside the bar.
I look over at Malik. You gotta join us, Malik. We'd love to have you.
Oh, why not? You earned me a little bit of coin. I guess I could grace you with me presents. And they kind of bow.
That is the attitude the Shrine likes to see.
Oh, why'd you refer to yourself in the third person?
I kind of like it.
Nobody knows.
You are a weird one. I like it.
So yeah, I'm heading into the inn.
So the three of you are entering into the inn. So apart from seeing the usual inn things there are two very out of place people sitting at the bar, deep in conversation. What do you three do?
I am
That's-
looking around, and I am going to. I guess I probably saw them in the crowd. Yeah.
No, you saw me. I walked right in front of you.
Oh yeah, he very much was not trying to hide.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to the bar and like take a seat, like maybe like leaving a space in between, like one seat down from where Cassius is sitting.
Francesca is just gawking.
And as he comes in, he's going to sort of like, like whip the vest back and like sit down, just like very extra as he sits down.
Hmm.
It's incredibly rude, but
He sat
sure
one
grab
down
some
from
water.
you. What do you want?
I heard the fat.
Yeah.
Tom, are you going to sit next to?
So yeah, I'll look back and sort of motion for Malik and Donfang to come over by me.
Is he walking towards where the bartender is?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I just sat down a seat away from where Cassius is at.
Okay. Because I'm thirsty. I'm just looking for the person who can get me some water.
That would be the bar lady.
Donfang, over here.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm in my way. I'm water.
Yep. So as actually the two of you sit down, the tavern owner actually sets ale in front of you, Trevor, and a glass of water in front of Donfang.
Oh my!
This is from the guys right here.
Oh, they bought
Oh,
that
okay.
water for me? That's sweet. That's the sweetest thing I've ever seen.
And then she gestures over to Malik. You've got one too, hon.
Oh, goody. And I'm going to walk over and pick up one of the stools and very gently move it just to the offside. And I'm going to walk over to the fireplace and grab my fucking giant stool and just kind of sit it down with a loud thud. Oh, hey, Greta. How's the evening going?
Oh, pretty good, hon. How'd you make out today?
Oh, pretty good if I do say so myself. I'm going to flip her a silver.
He catches it and pockets it.
Oh, you always had fast hands.
It was better in my younger years.
Oh, cheeky.
Cheeky.
He was a rogue once.
Ooh.
Now she owns a bar.
Slate?
Hmm?
No, never mind. He's a patron.
So upon receiving the ale, I'm going to sort of lean forward on the bar and look towards Cassius and Francesca. And to who do I owe the honor?
Me. I'm
Oh.
glad you finally stopped.
Well, sort of spur of the moment, and I'm going to whisper kind of towards him. I am so sorry that you had to listen to that flute.
I mean, who combines all those instruments at the same time? I think that's going to sound great.
Well, you never know.
I'm
Make a little bit of scratch. The people outside seem to enjoy it, so I oblige.
Oh, you're a man of the people. Huh.
Yes, I'm an entertainer. I provide services, and if you ever want to see Vestrar anytime, you come to the market and see me, yeah?
I mean, maybe. It's not really my thing to dabble in. What would be a way to like call it like street magic? Like, would I just call it
Parlor
street magic?
tricks.
Like busking, isn't it?
Parlor. Yeah.
Parlor tricks.
That's what you were doing, Malik. You were busking.
Yeah, like
Oh.
it's like
I call it. I would. I'm insulting you, like out of character.
right.
Like,
I get.
Right.
Not really into parlor tricks myself.
Oh, it is much more than parlor tricks. You see one day, Vestrar show you the future.
I'd rather not.
Well, should you ever change your mind, at least this is good start. And he's gonna raise the glass to you and give you a wink and take a sip.
And as you do it, as I clink it, I'm gonna cast prestidigitation on it and make it hot, like very like lukewarm, like
Oh,
not
man.
good.
It's not like a Guinness, so you can't even enjoy
So
it.
as you do, he takes a sip. Oh, this is warm, and I'm gonna set it down, and I'm going to prestidigitation cool it down
Nice.
and take a sip. That's better.
I'm just picturing this entire campaign, the fairies from Sleeping Beauty. Make it red, make it blue, make it red.
Yeah. Everybody's got prestidigitation.
Hey,
Yeah,
Greta.
I have it too.
It's so fun.
Greta.
Yeah, son.
This beer's a bit small. I don't want you to break a glass. Can I have me normal glass?
Sure thing, hon. One moment.
Thank you.
So she
kindly.
goes under, pulls up what looks to be a wooden, like almost
Mini
a
barrel.
wooden mug that has been like she's got metal that's reinforced the sides of it. It looks like it's been broken once and she's mended it. And she just pours his cup that he had into this one and then passes it over.
The big gulp.
I mean, it still counts as one ale, isn't it? This was rewarded to me by a patron. It's on their tab, isn't it?
They've already paid for it.
Oh. Well, how much just to top me off since I got this little bit in here that's not even a sip?
It's 2 copper.
Oh, I like you. So here's 3.
Wow, you're too sweet on me, hon. So she course grabs it, fills it back up, and sits it down.
Thank you, lovely. I'm gonna start downing it.
Was I able to hear the conversation that Trevor and Austin had? About,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I look over at Cassius. You say it's parlor tricks, but he knew I had a pony. Not very many people know that I used to ride a pony. It's crazy.
I'm gonna point at you and wink.
I know now that you had a pony, but you loved it very dearly, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I'm just like smiling.
Without introducing herself at all, she just like Francesca like leans over the bar very intrusively, looks at Vestrar and goes, "You read his memories?"
I read his thoughts. I read his poem. It is one of the many services that I offer at my wagon out in the market.
It was this part.
And who are you?
Me?
Yes.
She kind of like shifts a bit, like in a, oh crap, I didn't mean this to lead to an introduction.
Picture this like bright amber red hair, like just kind of like behind Cassius, just kind of like leaned around the corner of him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has red hair. Francesca, charmed.
Equally charmed. I am
Yes,
Vestrar I am Vesrar the Magnificent. Perhaps you come see me sometime, yeah?
And magnificent you are. Maybe. I'm a little busy with research, but you look like you're having a wonderful time.
Well, I travel far and wide. I try to have good time in the cities that I stop in. It's not too often that I get a moment of reprieve.
That I understand, at least.
Man,
She
at
just
least
pulls
it
out a
takes
book and
them-
start reading, probably.
At least it takes people's minds off things, I guess.
And what's that?
Oh, you know, the roses. Those little things.
Right.
It's called a book.
Where?
It's got words in it.
I know of this rose. I come from the south, and in fact is one of many reasons I come to the north. These flowers, they grow and they make my hometown unlivable. I come all
You
this
know
way.
they're not actually roses. Did you know that?
I do not know much about flowers. I just know that they apparently are very dangerous. Visrar had to leave hometown.
Well, that's what I've heard. In fact, that's kind of what I'm researching. Have you seen them up close?
No, I sort of headed north as they began to grow, and just following the rumors I heard here and there, I admittedly do not know very much about this.
Well, it's weird that they call it a plague of roses when the flower itself is, well, it's called a veronine flower.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's well, it's kind of in like a. Do you know what an orchid is?
Did you say orc?
She does.
I do not
She
know
does
if I
look
know
a little.
what it is.
Well, it's like a. Uh, I'm surprised you didn't see them in the south. They grow in warm areas, up the long green part and sometimes a white part and a white part and maybe some purple and red. And she's very animated in the way that she's gesturing and
Yes,
but like still pulling more bits of bread.
flowers are not really my specialty, so it's sort of falling on deaf ears, yeah?
Oh, right. And she just like immediately like social anxiety kind of like shuts down. Like, oh, he didn't want to talk.
I
We'll just go
did
back
not
to, like,
mean to
snacking
offend.
and reading her book.
I did not mean to offend. I simply say I do not know much about this.
Well,
One thing I do know that I found out in my travels is that no one seems to have heard from Kelindes. Seems very strange.
that's a large city, isn't it?
Kelindes is one of biggest cities in the entire continent. It is city of gold, and they are major hub, major center of resources, and nobody's heard a thing. In past 10 years, yeah?
Wow.
What are you laughing at, Don Fei?
So, question for the DM: Where am I traveling from?
I don't know. I was just considered you more of a traveling nomad monk, so I didn't really have like a place from, just more of a continuous journey.
Okay.
I mean,
Do I-
did you want to be from a place?
Oh no, I was just curious if there was if there was anywhere in particular that I was traveling from.
No, I just many monks study at like temples and things like that, but you have some that are nomads that they try to attain enlightenment from, traveling the world and learning of its many things. And I just kind of,
Yeah,
with the way you
exactly.
you were playing it, I just thought that'd be a good way to do your monk.
Perfect. I noticed there are books on the table that that Francesca's and Cassius are sitting at, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not making any effort to hide them.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, I see y'all like to read books. I'm much of a storyteller myself. I love stories.
Oh, it's not stories I'm reading, but yeah, I like books.
You ever thought about writing a book?
Oh well, I don't have near enough information for that, but
No.
maybe one day.
No. And as I'm like saying no, like I just see this behemoth like downing this giant mug of ale.
Oh, oh,
Do you know him as well?
Oh yeah, he's a great musician. You know, out there having a great time. I wouldn't pick a fight with him though. He looks like he could hurt me pretty badly though. He's pretty good though. Pretty cool.
Not trying to fight. Merely wondering what the big man has to say about things. Do you have any insight upon roses? Seeing
He
as
just,
people just now know about it.
he just kind of like, as he acknowledges that, you see a big like spit back into the cup where he was not ready to be talked to. Just, oh,
I hate that feeling.
what?
You know about these roses, big man?
Oh, they are very pretty. I like them. I like flowers. Sometimes I would like to put one in my hair, but you know I don't want to look like a pansy.
You wouldn't look like a pansy.
Oh,
Be more articulate.
well, to be
Unless he
fair,
uses the pansy.
most people probably wouldn't even see it.
You could put it on your chest. Maybe.
I ain't have any pockets.
Francesca leans over to Cassius and she kind of whispers with a little smirk, like, "He's an astute observer."
Indeed. Indeed.
Speaking of stories, do you all ever wish that you could talk with those who have passed?
No.
No, that sounds scary. And start drinking my beer.
Well, I do not mean to scare you, but Vesrar has this power. And I willingly share it. I only wonder if we could come across someone who maybe has perished to this plague of roses. Maybe then we might be able to figure out more about it.
What you gonna talk with a dead person?
Do you want to go
Well,
grave robbing?
it's not exactly talking with the dead, it is talking with spirits of another plane.
I look over at him like, now, Mr. Magnificent, I'm the big spirit guy. Tell me more about this.
Well, you see, I do not have the sort of, how you say, control over the beings that I communicate with, but I might be able to, I don't know, get information that might be helpful. I might be able to assist anyone in any sort of dangerous situation should you provide it in. And, you know, I am sorry, my common is not as good as it was back home, so sometimes I struggle to find words, you know?
Mm, What?
DM,
where do
can
you
I
hail from?
identify his accent?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll me. Let's see. I will let you roll either perception or insight, whichever one's higher.
Neither. Perception. Ooh, 19.
19. All right. Let's see here. How much you know of the 19? So
kind of assumed-
you do recognize the dialect. It's It's one that you've run across once or twice in the last 10 years, but it's a very new one. All of those people that have that dialect say they came from a land called Bavaria. But the thing is, that's not a land that you've heard of until about 10 years ago.
I didn't even hear this accent for the first time until like 10 years ago.
Right, yeah, it's for some it's a very it almost feels like an accent of just a people that have traveled or not. But
Right.
Just kind of with how it is in the story wise, like up to 10 years ago, you've never even heard the accent, but there are many now that have it in your travels, and that's kind of what you've picked up on.
Okay, noted.
It seems we all have similar goals. I am simply trying to find a way that Vesvara can help the situation, you know?
I can see that. You said you broke in common.
Yes, I am not from here. I am from land very far away.
Very, very far away.
Possibly the furthest you can possibly go, yes.
Oh. Quite a travel to be a showman.
Vesrar is not simply showman. I do actually have these powers. You will see one day.
Powers.
It's not street magic. I am not performer.
I mean, what was that out there?
That was a performance. It was a musical performance. I do play an instrument, but it's not my main focus. I move town to town. I make money off of telling fortunes, and these are not your run-of-the-mill con artists that are trying to tell you some bullshit about this or that. These are actual fortunes.
So you said that you read his palm by reading his thoughts. Is that correct?
Donfang, was I not correct in telling you what you were thinking?
No, that's not my point.
I was just
I am sorry.
I'm gonna pat his bag. That's why they call him Mr. Magnificent, right? Yeah. Yep, buddy.
See, this guy gets it.
And she just kind of gives him a look and like goes back to her reading. Like she's not buying it.
You see, one of these days, curiosity will get you. You will come see Vesvar. I know this.
Curiosity. What a strange word.
Isn't it?
Indeed, it is. It's as curious as that man's instrument right there. Is that an axe with chords on it?
Oh yeah, made it myself. I mean, I cut my hand a lot.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
That was quite the performance, though, out of the three. I'd give it to you.
Oh well, thank you kindly. I'm still taking tips.
We actually did give it to him. All the gold, right? And I'm nudging.
Your tips in your hand.
Yes, I took nothing from this. The all the proceeds go to Malik.
I had to pay some extra to fill it up, but thank you kindly for the sip.
No problem. My name's Cassius. Who are you guys? I feel rude not having introduced myself.
Oh, you're fine. It's nice to see some fresh faces in here, except for the the mustache. That's a bit new for me, but
it's new for a lot of people.
But I'm Malik Bragdash. I stay here. This is the inn that I partake in. That's Greta. I don't know anyone else.
we just met earlier.
Oh yeah, your mustache. Hello.
I am not the mustache. I am, and I'll shoot the little sparks above my head. Vesrar the Magnificent.
I look at Mal.
Greta
I look
looks
at Mal-
over. Hey, no fire.
Oh.
No fire.
Oh, wait, sorry.
I'm gonna lean over and try and wave it away, like, sorry, Greta, he
Yeah.
just gets excited. He's clearly new.
Mustache,
Oh, that was my
magnificent.
favorite part.
Oh, there we go.
So, do you, is there a library in this town, big man?
Oh, do I look like I read much?
I mean, look at you.
What do you want? What do you want me to roll, man?
No,
With
I mean,
disadvantage.
You're not wrong. It's more of I'm really concerned that you're going between Michael Caine and then Deliverance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really glad you didn't try to roll on my accent because I'm struggling.
Oh God, mine is the worst out of everybody's. Like, don't even.
Patrick Warburton's doing pretty good so far.
Yeah. Hey, Peter.
I need that
Fire.
potion. That potion for healing. Yeah, that potion, please.
Well, I assumed just by looking at you, you might be a man of the book, but looking to do some research while I'm here.
Blake,
Nothing.
do I know if
You're
there's a
welcome.
library?
You're welcome to roll.
Well,
Just because you don't read doesn't mean that you don't know that there's a library.
Right, that's what I'm
Maybe-
asking. What do you want me to
Yeah.
roll to know it? History? Or
Let's roll a perception. How much did you pay attention?
That makes sense.
I'll even
That's
give you
a-
advantage. You've been here a
oh,
while.
thank God, because that's a natural one.
Oh, God.
He doesn't make it past the 10.
What's your intelligence?
Oh, wow.
12. So I got a 7.
Nice.
It was a
Oh.
9, but then he let me re-roll it.
Oh boy, buddy.
Just-
Yeah, you have
Okay.
absolutely no idea. You have been in 3 buildings in this entire town. That's the mayor's house that you were here the first time you showed up. It is the tavern that you're in now, and it's the house that he does for entertainment purposes with the circus.
Oh, I don't rightly know. Greta, you got any information on one of them book places? Not to buy, just to read.
The mayor's got a couple of books in his house, but no libraries or anything like that. There's just a bookstore down in the market.
You hear that? They got a bookstore.
Oh, that's not what I'm looking for. Perhaps we'll have to go talk to the mayor.
Oh, he's a sweetheart. Not really, that was sarcasm.
No.
That was sarcasm too. He understands we speak the same language.
What is it you're looking for, Cassius? Maybe I can help find it. Maybe we can help find it, right?
I'm trying to research these roses. I'm trying to find a meaning to all this and see where it starts, maybe where it ends.
That's what I'm looking for too.
I wish I could find answers. That way I could return home someday.
And you could find answers to go home. I mean, I don't
Do
know.
I
I
not-
guess I'm going to have to go talk to this pompous ass. Great.
But if I could
Blake.
intervene, I think that roses usually start about on the ground and then they go up.
Very true, Malik. Very true.
You're very observant. I'll give him that.
Or I've planted seeds.
Oh,
All right. Well,
so about this point in time,
No.
I was going to do this earlier, but I really was enjoying this. I need all of you to roll a perception for
Okay.
me.
That is a nat 1.
Hello, 7.
14.
It's loading.
these dice gotta go. I can't. I even turned the volume down. We'll go to these.
Yeah, no, I just straight muted him.
Yeah, that's what I did with mine.
This one just. There we go.
That's what happens when you mute your dice. You get a nat one.
Yeah.
It's also a D4.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, Tom, you got a 10. There it is. I was waiting for that to pop up there. So actually, everyone here, Trevor, by the way, is not not paying attention to anything. He is talking about his many abilities of the mystical and the mundane.
Yeah.
Hydrating.
Malik is enjoying his alcohol
It's
and
lovely.
very, very much trying to figure out why these flowers are orcs. And if they're related to him like cousins.
Yeah.
don't eat the mushrooms.
Cassius, Francesca, and Dawnfang, all of you have noticed that there is a new person that's walked into the tavern. Now, this person seems to be, from all of your standpoints, he's got a large kind of brown cloak on. He's kind of hunched over, very slow moving. He uses a cane to walk around. And he slowly makes his way over to a table and sits down. Francesca, you do notice that the cane itself looks to be cut directly from a wooden branch of a tree, and instead of it being actually shaped, it's a very gnarled looking cane. It looks almost as if they just cut it off of the tree and then just started using it immediately. He doesn't give off any vibes of he's new here or not. He doesn't seem to be doing much of anything. Greta walks over and they have a small conversation, and then she brings him some bread and cheese. It just seems a little different from the rest of the clientele.
What race is he?
You can't really tell. Like I said, he's hunched over very much, like he's very elderly. You can tell on the hand that the hand itself seems kind of pale and whitish. You'd say possibly human, maybe elf, but you don't know of any elves that are, decrepit. So you could probably go with human based on the size.
Do I hear what he's saying?
I mean, you heard them. You heard him taking an order, but that's about it.
Well, I mean, just about his voice, the language.
He's speaking in common. His voice sounds scratchy. Definitely now you're thinking he's probably older, like an older person. But very, very soft, even though it's scratchy.
Is there any script written on the cane?
No, nothing like that.
I'll kind of nudge Cassius with my shoulder and gesture over to the older man and say, there's an interesting one. He looks like a traveler, maybe?
Oh, yeah, potentially with the cloak and whatnot. What is your name, Trevor, again?
Visrar.
Visrar.
Mustache.
Visrar.
Mustache the Magnificent.
Since you're so inclined to read people's fortunes, how about this new clientele here?
Yeah, how about
what are
you
we
go read
talking
some
about?
fortune?
Look right here.
Starts like, what the fuck y'all talking about?
I am not at my wagon. This is this is something I do as a service. It's not something I go up to
But
random
as he
strangers.
does this, I put a gold coin in your hand.
Okay. Oh, you believe I should go talk to this person?
I don't
Go
know.
Why?
on, show us all those abilities you have, huh?
Yeah.
You got this,
Okay.
Mr. Magnificent. I believe in you.
So,
Wholesome.
I'm watch a professional at work, and I'm going to put guidance on myself,
Cheating.
and I am going to make my way over to the table and
Okay.
not approach him too close, but on the opposite side of the table. What time of day is it, by the way?
Oh, it's at this point, it's just a little after midday.
Okay.
Like people are starting a little more people are kind of filing in now to get their luncheon meal on.
Big man
Okay.
knows this.
What?
Good afternoon, sir. I am Vistrar the Magnificent, and I was wondering, have you ever wondered what your future holds? Have you ever wondered what you're going to have for lunch this afternoon? Well, do I have a trick for you? Are you interested?
The man looks up, and now you see that it is a human. The face looks. It's got liver spots and wrinkles. He looks looks like a human that's toward the end of his life. And he smiles at you in his roll me perception.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to add my D4 to that for my guidance.
Okay.
So that is 8 plus 3, so 11?
The one thing you definitely do I'll say you'll notice this is that his eyes are a piercing like baby blue, and his teeth are perfectly white. Like the rest of him looks old, but his teeth look like they are just in the prime of their life.
Ah, yes. I see you are interesting fellow.
He smiles very gently at you and then like gestures to his plate of food. Well, you are going to guess what I'm going to eat by looking at my plate?
No, not exactly. But if you like to eat, I will not bother you right now. I have a shop right outside in the market. You can come visit me sometime. I could tell your fortune, perhaps.
Oh,
I-
well, sit, please. Tell me this fortune of yours.
Well, this fair offers many services. I do palm readings. I do tarot card readings. I do. I can commune with the spiritual plane. Does any of this interest you?
Yes, let's read from my palm. Tell me my future.
Okay. Destrar shall do this. You wish to know the future, or you wish to know what exactly?
Oh, the future. It's always good to know what the next day will bring.
Okay. So I'm assuming that detect thoughts. I mean, I'm not going to be able to do anything with that. So this. I would assume when I do readings of the future that I'm going to be using my deck, correct?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. So, for those of you who do not know, I have a Taroka deck.
Nice.
And Blake, I'm assuming you just want me to draw 3 cards, correct? And turn them up and tell you what they are?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is how you read his palm?
Well, the palm readings are more like having to do with telling fortunes, like based on what your thoughts are and like the path forward. But he's asking me to tell the future, so I do that with the cards.
Oh, okay.
So, Vestrar does not need your palm for this. Vestrar will read from the deck. First, we have the missionary. Second, we have the Anarchist. And third, we have the Broken One. These three cards together tell a story. And let me see here.
The missionary, the anarchist, and the broken one.
I should have already had this up.
Describes the trio that was playing music.
So the mercenary is the Four of Swords.
The missionary.
The missionary.
It is a, and the number
You're
is
anarchist.
2.
I mean, well,
So the
Diviner. The philanthropist. The missionary is the Two of Glyphs.
yeah. So 2 of Glyphs, missionary. Those who spread wisdom and faith to others. Warnings of the spread of fear and ignorance.
Well, was it upside down or right side up?
The missionary was upside down.
So that's the second thing.
Okay, so warnings of the spread of fear and ignorance. Next up, we have the 6th Anarchist. So that is a fundamental change brought on by one whose beliefs are being put to the test. And lastly, we have, let's see, this is a
High card.
high card, so this is the broken one. Defeat, failure, and despair.
yikes.
And tell me, young man, what does that deem from my future?
From what I glean, there is some sort of defeat, failure, or despair in your future. There is. But there will be fundamental change brought on by one whose beliefs are being put to this test. And lastly, there is a warning of the spread of fear and ignorance. Now, I am assuming you will heed a warning. I am not sure what the warning would be of. But if you heed this warning, there will be some sort of fundamental change brought about. And then ultimately, it will lead to some sort of defeat, failure, and despair. This is what Vestrar figures out.
The old man sits back and rests both his hands on his cane. You probably are far closer to your truth than you might know, dear Fusrat. I think you've earned a little something for your wisdom.
And what might that be?
He grins again, and you see those pure white teeth. And you notice that grin is no longer a simple smile, but more of like a long Cheshire cat.
Oh.
Where it's opening up further up his cheeks.
I'm a little uncomfortable.
Do we
Very
see that?
much. You and Cassius might on that side. Actually, Francesca might as well. You can all roll perception. You need to get a 15. Francesca, you'll take a -2. Cassius -1. Malik, you see it.
Nope.
With an 8?
With an 8, no, you had to get a 15.
Do you want me
Okay.
to roll it, or can I not?
Yeah, you can roll. You can roll, buddy. You'll have a -3.
I imagine this tankard I'm holding is just like.
I mean, you also have to think that you are. This is not a concern of yours.
Yeah,
No,
very perceptive.
I sent you RP of me and Austin in Discord. I didn't want to interrupt Trevor's.
So that was a 13 for me, so that's a 10.
I got 5 minus whatever, so nothing.
Okay.
Francesca was mostly focusing on Vesrar. She was fully expecting this to be hokey and full of shit. But she's actually kind of impressed, and now she feels a little bad. But she's just still like a little oddly entranced by his whole thing.
I mean,
he's
she
doing.
can definitely still feel that it's hokey and fake.
I feel like he's
I
talking with
mean-
his hands.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Okay. Not that she
Excited.
necessarily thinks 100% that it's true now, but just that he goes into more detail
Than she
than
was expecting.
than
Because
the
you're-
typical con artist goes into. So she's like, okay, not terrible.
Not a bad performance.
Yeah, so I'm a little uneasy seeing this grin, but I'm kind of, just sort of remaining in the chair, like wondering what's going to happen.
And to answer your question, Visrat, the gift is the gift of eternal life. And all of you
What?
now see just his head itself separates at that mouth and all the way open, and a nauseous green cloud just erupts from him. Everybody roll me a dexterity save.
Oh.
Dexterity save? No.
Yep. Trevor,
Oh.
you have disadvantage because you are sitting next to him.
Oh, okay, I'll roll another one.
Well,
Shit.
So
14.
that is a 21.
Nat 20 for 23.
Nice. Yeah, I like how Trevor's disadvantage over here. He's like, oh, that's cool. 21.
Yeah, I rolled a 22 and a 21.
Yeah, I see that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Magnificent,
Damn.
some might say.
Yeah.
You are the
So,
magnificent.
let's see. For Francesca and Malik, you got under a... Oh, actually, Francesca, you got a 14. So, Malik, you're the only one.
oh
I
no.
need you to roll me a Constitution saving
Okay.
throw. As you inhaled
I passed.
some of that... yeah, it's a 13.
Yeah.
I made a 15.
15,
on that
you're
con
good.
save. Okay.
Yep, you're good. So you were the only one that inhaled some of that that gaseous whatever it was. And the moment that you did, it just something tickled where your nose was, and you just let out this enormous sneeze.
I was gonna try and dive to cover Greta.
Aw.
Oh,
Aw.
do it. I
Yeah,
like
you
that. I like
want-
that. Roll me acrobatics.
Okay.
Can I try to capture a vial of this stink?
Roll me a what is it?
Dexterity?
The most graceful boy
Sleight of hand.
around.
It's a 19.
You do.
He's
You
a
very
graceful
much
boy.
Yeah.
Nope.
Probably why you inhaled some of the thing, because you were focusing on protecting Greta.
Oh. Wholesome.
He's got a big heart.
Oh.
Miss
I guess
full bad cholesterol.
Big shoes too.
And fortunately, no, or you weren't able to get
Mhm.
some, mostly because you were just trying to get out of the way.
Yeah. She's too taken aback by the situation, so that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, understandably so.
Sure.
As all of
thinking,
you start to stand up and turn around. Oh, go ahead, Tom. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I was gonna say I'm just gonna try to grab my quarterstaff and just kind of hold my forearm to
To ready it.
yeah.
Okay, sure.
Peter, do you know this?
Yeah, Peter.
Hey, magnificent! What's going on over there?
Now Magnificent just needs to be fucking Hank Hill.
Boy, I tell you what.
What do you got to tell me?
I'm here to tell you for. I can't do Hank Hill.
Yeah.
Hank Hill as Vincent.
Oh god.
Oh, magic.
The Gypsy Hank Hill.
Yeah.
Should hang on, man, give me some. Woo.
Yeah.
Oh, that
I
makes
sell
me.
fortune and fortune accessories.
Yeah.
Puts me at Bill.
Lenore.
Lenore.
So as all of you are getting to your feet, you notice that the other 4 patrons, but not Greta. So I'll give you that one. That was good, Mike.
Yay. Thanks.
The other 4 patrons that were in here seem to look like they're almost choking as they inhaled this basically this
Miasma.
cloud of gas.
Miasma, I love that word.
Miasma is a good one, but this one is not unfortunately miasma. This one has spores.
It's
Oh.
asbestos.
It's a Festivus for the rest of us.
Yeah.
And as they inhaled this, you see a change coming upon them where they start sprouting these like vibrant purple and pink flowers that look like orchids.
Fuck.
And they now look a little bit like this. Let me upload this picture.
As I'm seeing this happening and can sense there's like a sense of danger, can I hold my deck and what is it? And determine a tail?
As soon as I figure out how to, there. I hit enter and nothing happened.
Oh god.
Terrifying.
I hate that.
Oh.
Lovely.
I also hate that.
Hell no.
So go ahead again, Trevor. What were you saying?
So I've got my Taroka deck in hand. I was wanting to know, like, if I look up and as I'm seeing this, may I go ahead and determine a tail?
Yeah.
It's in my bonus actions.
Yeah. While holding, you can use bonus action to spend when you spark inspiration and roll the spirit tales. You sure can.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go ahead and determine that.
Francesca is.
And I got the bad one. Okay.
Oh no.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 1 on that d6.
Woo.
Ah, the tail of the clever animal.
Yep.
For the next 10 minutes, whenever the target makes an intelligence, wisdom, or charisma check, the target can roll an extra die immediately after rolling the d20 and add the extra die's number to the check.
It's the one tail that is not useful in combat.
Damn.
It is. All right. Well, speaking of combat,
Mm-hmm.
roll
No.
initiative.
Okay.
No.
I mean,
I was gonna say, Francesca
good.
had like, while she is
11.
horrified,
Got
she
that
still
one out of
switched
the
to her
way.
notebook and is like scribbling down notes of what she's seeing.
Sure.
We
was-
both rolled 1s. Hell yeah, Tom.
I was gonna try and rush Greta out of there, like if the door was in reasonable reach.
20.
Francesca with that nat 20.
Yeah, on initiative of all things.
Yeah.
The worst thing to get a natural 20 on.
Nuh-uh. It's good to go early.
Not when you don't know what to do.
Especially when you're a caster.
it's like
Uh,
Jolteon. You get to go first every time.
I love Jolteon.
Jolteon's legit.
Write this
I'm
down.
like a Flareon though.
Mike, yes, you can do that, but that means that's going to be your turn.
Okay.
So we'll say before combat happened, you are outside. You rushed her outside of the bar, and that means you will still have your initiative on here, but you have to wait 1 round to start.
Okay.
And if any of you all were looking in my direction as I hold the deck, you would have noticed there is like this white spiritual, like almost like a ghostly presence that fell directly from the sky and goes right in, like it looks like it went right inside of me, and my eyes are now like glowing, and you can't see my pupils.
Wow.
What?
Are you making fun of me?
No.
No.
Now, is this cloud of gas lingering?
No, it did not.
Oh, well, I wasted my first turn.
But you got her to safety.
That's important.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
shows that she's got the heart and the real utter warrior.
And
Greta will remember this.
the arteries
Yeah.
of an American.
Yeah.
And the tummy of a Buddha. Alright, so let's start combat.
Okay.
First up is Francesca.
Um.
And by the way, I want y'all to, test out your powers, have fun with it. Unless you guys start doing really, really poorly, you probably will. You should not die from this.
Great.
Quotations wink.
Yeah.
Like unless you done fucked up, you should be all right.
Unless we roll really bad and you're like, these guys just start rolling all nat 20s.
As long
Right,
as
so
you're not
don't fuck up.
Well, I
attacking.
feel bad then because what I was going to do could, like, if it succeeds, would just kind of end the combat. Probably.
All right.
We'll see about that.
Well, that's the thing. I was just going to, well, like I said, Francesca was not even looking down from what she had seen. She, I would say, is probably rapidly processing the fact that she is in real time watching the Plague of Roses happen. And she has reached for her notebook and is writing everything that she sees, in like a very investigative journalist kind of like, I have to know every detail of what's happening. This is what I came here for. But then still it kind of takes a second of lag for her to realize, oh shit, this is like an emergency and people like, this is bad. I need to do something, not just write. And so her training as a cleric kicks in, and she grasps at her symbol with 7 stars inside of a circle, and she turns undead. Assuming that these are undead now.
Okay. So you cast Turn Undead.
Yeah.
Right.
Should I have made like some kind of check to see whether these people are like already undead, if that makes any sense?
You can, sure.
Okay.
Sure, roll me an insight check first.
Uh, 13.
So 13. So, I mean, more than 10. From the way it looks, the bodies themselves look more, not that they're undead moving around by necromantic magic, but more of the plants themselves are controlling the actual movements of the corpses. So corpses are there, but are not necessarily alive or in control. So you would probably wager they're not undead.
So it raises the dead, but it does not turn the living into the undead.
Right, more of it just takes control of the corpse and reanimates it in its own fashion.
Cool. Let me just change my direction entirely. Shit.
Fair enough.
I was not anticipating that.
That would be too easy.
Okay, so you said that there are four people.
There are 4 of them. And Trevor, you say too easy. I say I caught a lucky break because I almost did
Yeah.
make them undead.
No.
And I was like, no, it's going to be the plants. It's going to be the plants.
Yeah.
And then she
Yeah,
goes, I'm
'cause
going
I
to
was
turn
like-
him dead. I'm like, motherfuck, did I do that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
'Cause I was like, if I turn them dead and it's successful, then like combat's over. Sorry, guys. Shit. Sorry, guys.
How dare
Was
you do
not-
what your class
Was
does?
not
Yeah.
was not planning on just casually changing my entire course.
Prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Smells nice.
I actually don't have that prepared at the moment. How close am I to the nearest one? And are any of them in any kind of line fashion?
They are not in a line. They are kind of spread out. There were 2 at one table, and then the other 2 were each at their own individual table.
Okay. How far from me?
I will say within 30 feet distance if you needed that 30 feet to get there.
Okay. She will put down her book, like slap it down onto the bar counter next to her, whip out her hands, realizing that they're not undead like she thought that they may be, thinking to herself, oh, that's something I have to write down later, and then puts her hand out to create a triangle shape to then cast Burning Hands.
Okay.
So each creature in a 15-foot cone. So I will run up 15 feet if I have to reach, that 30 feet.
Sure.
So each creature in that 15-foot cone must make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
She said no fire.
Yeah. I'll burn the building down.
Do a little burn.
They stole my book.
They
Oh,
stole
that's wrong.
my stapler. I will burn the building down.
That's my stapler.
It's my Diddler.
You've got my pen. That's my pen. All right. Dexterity for 2 of them. Is it you? Nope. It's you. Yes. Dex. Three. That is a 17 and a 12.
Okay. Both of those pass, so they take half of 3d6. So 15 halved would be what, 7?
7.
And also anything that is flammable in the area will catch fire. That is not being worn or carried.
Well, the table's on fire.
Whoops.
The table
I
is on fire.
She's on fire.
I panicked and fire happened.
I mean,
What do you want? I'm a
as
fire lady.
God intended.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is one of them. This one is the one that is closest to Vizrar.
Oh no!
Oh yes.
Oh shit!
So he will make 4 attacks against you.
Oh my goodness!
Oh shit.
We're just gonna roll them all at once here.
Better hope your health pool's magnificent.
Yeah, not really.
Don't worry, they don't do a lot. Even if they hit you, they really don't do a lot.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, do I need to do absorb elements here?
That is a reaction on yourself.
Oh, I can't do it on other people.
No.
Son of a bitch.
I use that as Zev.
I know.
That is a +5.
Pardon me
So
for
that
trying
would
to
be
protect you.
a 17, a 13, a 19, and a 23 to hit.
All 4 of those hit.
Okay, so we're just gonna do, and they do a total of 5 damage.
Oh, okay.
What are they doing to attack him?
They are actually using the where their hands come out actually become claws, like serrated leaves actually form, and they're using
Ew.
those to swipe with.
Shit.
Again, like I said, unless you guys fuck up, you should be able to not die from this.
Yeah.
They all 4 of those hit you, and they did 5 damage.
Okay. Yeah.
This is
Nailed it, guys.
this is meant to be survivable.
So I just go ooh ah ee ah.
My
You
powers.
got like a really nice shave on your cheek.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's, roll me a percentile die. High or low, Trevor?
We got to go high.
Okay. I need you to be within 25.
99.
You are a lucky son of a bitch, because they were gonna cut part of your mustache.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
All right. Next up is one that is on fire. So
Okay.
he's gonna go for Francesca because fire.
Yeah.
Does it take
Is-
burning damage or like fire damage?
No, because it doesn't have that on top of it. Because he's not technically on fire. You used fire on him. Which,
Oh,
by the
okay.
way, did look like it worked quite well.
I figured as much.
Yeah.
Yep. Fire magic's a big deal here.
For
So
my armor class, I'm assuming I'm not wearing my leather. Or am I?
I would assume that you were. No, you're not. You got an AC of 12 here. Hold on.
Yeah, that's because I didn't have my leather equipped. Because I didn't know if you would think that we were wearing it or not.
I mean, I would assume you would. You got a 14. You got a 14 AC with your leather.
Yeah.
All right. And I rolled 2 of those are going to hit you.
Okay.
The other 2 most certainly did not.
Yay.
So roll those 2. That is 6. So you take 3 damage.
Okay.
Damn.
Next
Ew.
up is Tweva.
Okay. So the one that just hit me, I'm gonna pull my rapier out and say, "Oh, you have messed up now," and I'm going to hold my Taroka deck again, like, "Don't fail me now," and I'm going to use my bonus action to determine another tail.
How many times can you do that a day?
It is my bardic inspiration, so as many times as I can use that, which is 4.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm just-
it's
Yeah, no, you're good. I'm just trying to make sure that we keep up with it together.
so yeah. The way this subclass is like, it basically I use a bonus action to determine the tail, and it's a different way that I can use inspiration.
Yeah.
And
No,
then
you're good. Like I said, I
Okay.
wanted to make sure I knew how often you could use that a day, so that I'm keeping up with it with you.
okay, so I rolled a 4, so I have the tail, the runaway.
Target can immediately use its reaction to teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space it can see. When it teleports, it can choose a number of creatures it can see within 30 feet. Up to your charisma modifier, and immediately use the same reaction.
So basically, it's like a group Misty Step.
Yep.
But I have that stored in my mind, and so as I do that, you all see me like basically hold a card up, and you see this ghostly figure just like comes down from the sky and like comes into my body, and my eyes are still like glowing this bright blue color. And then I'm going to Let's see. I'm going to use my action to see what do I want to do. I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers on the one that's directly in front of me.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck him up.
So it is a Wisdom saving throw. The DC is 14.
He passes.
Okay.
Hold on,
Well-
let me make sure he doesn't have a negative because he rolled a 14. Nope, he's got a +1, so it's a 15.
Okay, so he just passed. And so I'm going to try to whisper something to him. It does not work. And that will be my turn.
Okay. So next up is the third one. That one's going to go for Dawnfang.
Bring it on.
Dawnfang, what is your AC?
Oh, it's pretty decent.
It's a 16.
16.
So
Well, that's awesome.
One of those hits you. And that would be 1 damage.
Okay.
As one of them walks up to you and basically attacks you with its claws 4 times. You nimbly start dodging out of the way, but one of them strikes you across the cheek.
Whoa, easy there, big guy. Oh, got my cheek. Oh,
Next up is Mike, who we are skipping your turn. So Tom.
Oh, are you skipping for reasons that are untold?
Oh no, he's outside.
I ran Greta out.
He chose to run Greta out,
Oh.
so he gets to skip a turn of combat.
Oh, okay, I see.
So I've got one that attacked me. All right, big guy. Steady as the dawn, fierce as the fang. And I go for the quarterstaff hit to the one that hit me.
Okay, roll it.
Use your own name in your catchphrase. That's amazing. I love that.
He gotta hype himself up.
Mhm.
Oh wait, I rolled the wrong one. Okay, there's that.
23 hits.
Okay, you just want to use that damage.
Sure. So you did 8 damage.
Damn.
So then I guess I have a bonus action, unarmed strike.
You do.
Oh boy.
You're a monk.
Okay.
This is
We're
your
gonna
job
go-
now.
We're gonna go for a punch. You know, Dawnfang, he's definitely one to talk himself through these things. All right, buddy, that's not all. How about a bit of the closed fist? And then goes for a punch.
Okay, roll it. $17 hits.
Okay. And for damage, 6.
6. And they all, so far that have been hit, share the same health.
Like a collective health?
No, I mean like they've all taken 14 damage
Oh,
that
okay.
they've been
I was
hit.
like,
There's one that hasn't been hit yet.
Totally planned that.
All right. Next up is another one that has been set on fire. It's also going to go for Francesca because again, she used fire on it, and it's not really his favorite thing. So that is 2 of those will hit you
oh.
for 2 damage.
Okay.
So at this point, it comes at you once again, also swiping, but you can basically tell that they don't really have eyes, so they're just swiping randomly based on the movement from what they can feel from you guys moving around.
She's a little too like intellectually fascinated with what they're doing to try to dodge that well. So that's probably why she gets some damage in.
No, that's fair. Cassius.
I will hop on the bar.
Break a bottle.
Well, I'm gonna like jump up like backwards, kind of. Oh shit! And then like I'll pull my gun out, and
Fuck yes.
I will shoot. Old man looks kind of fine. I'm gonna shoot one of the ones on Francesca.
Okay.
Whichever one's closest to me. Sorry about this. And please.
That'll probably give me
18.
deafness.
18 hits.
Give it back. It's a ripe old 6 damage.
Okay, 6 damage.
Yeah.
Pop, pop.
Blocker.
Shit. I meant to use a forceful shot.
Go
Yeah.
for it.
Well, it would be on that attack.
Yeah.
Basically, whenever you make a firearm attack against a creature, you can expend 1 grid point. If I hit them, they must succeed on a strength saving throw of 13.
Okay. Sure. No. Absolutely not. Not even in his best days. He rolled a 1. He's like strength modifier is a -1. So he has
shit.
no strength.
That he gets pushed 15 feet away from her.
Okay. So you guys see Cassius jump up onto the bar, reaches behind him, pulls out a gun, and just immediately points it at one. And as he hits it, it actually knocks the creature back 15 feet from the force of the blow.
Bam.
Damn.
Holy shit.
Slam back against the wall.
Back
Then
in
at this point, Malik walks back into the bar.
Hey guys, how? Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That
What-
table's on fire.
He's Donald
Whoops.
Glover.
That's what I was thinking.
What?
All right. Who's the closest one to me?
Them or you? I mean, the ally or friend or foe?
Oh, I'm a barbarian.
You're
Oh,
also-
just
you're- I mean,
yeah.
you're a bardarian.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to ask.
I want to
There
use
is one near
charms.
you.
I'm gonna use charm person on Cassius. That's All right. So let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna use because I haven't been in the room. Dissonant whispers on the one closest to me.
Okay.
All
All right. That's a wisdom modifier on their end. What's my DC?
11.
11.
He's not a good bard. He is a bard.
I mean, to be fair, you hit.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut sometimes.
Does he though?
Is he a blind hippo?
I mean, he hit the guy with dissonant whispers, so
Like big loud strum. He's like, really? I'm going to. Oh, that hit.
He's like, I don't know what to say. I've never thought I'd make it this far. You can't lift a bloody log.
So with that hitting, that is 12 damage.
Damn.
All right. Now we'll go back up to the top of the board. Mike, your initiative is now back in line.
Woo!
So, Francesca, it's your turn.
Okay. Hearing the cast by Cassius, Jessica would look up at the bar, see the gun that he's using, smile and that's amazing, and say like, hey, thanks, and then turn immediately back to the closest one that she's engaged with, and use generate a ball of fire in her hand and just straight up baseball hurl it in a firebolt.
Okay.
So I make a ranged spell attack, which is a 14.
14 hits.
Okay. And then 1d10 damage, 6.
And that is fire damage.
I imagine the sound of Rice Krispies like with fire damage, just like snap, crackle, pop.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Blake. Could I have done that to the one closest to Cassius to return the favor for him? Or if that fucks you up too much, then don't worry about it.
No, you're good. Luckily, the one that was right
Okay.
next to you is also right next to Cassius.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
it
She
works
just wanted to
out that way.
return the favor. Cool.
Understandable. All right. So back up to the top here, the one that is on Vizier. We
You can read their leaves.
Yeah.
just a little halfling that pokes his head in. Quick, read the tea leaves. Get out of here, you're dead. That's 2 of those that hit you.
Yeah, my AC is 13.
Yep. 13? That's 3 of those that hit you. For a toto of 5.
Okay. Ow, ow,
As-
ow.
Yeah, as the one that's on you is still just like scratching at you
Mm-hmm.
the best that he can.
Ah.
So next up is the one that Cassius shot 15 feet back.
Mm.
So that one is going to. So Cassius, you see that he puts its hand out, and from the inside of the palm comes out this just long, viscous, thorny tentacle, and it's going to just like whip at you. And probably not do a damn thing. That's an 11.
No.
So as it goes to whip at you, you just sidestep to the side, and it just crashes onto the bar. And as it slides back down, when you look at the bar where it landed, you see that the bar itself starts to bubble a little bit where the parts that it touched.
No,
My bread.
Yeah.
So next up is Trevor.
Okay. So after getting hit enough, you see I'm going to raise the Taroka deck in the air and say, "Spirits, heed my call!" And all of a sudden, this like spirit of this guy that is in like prisoner garb has like manacles like handcuffed around him and like his legs bound together. Like this giant spectral spirit rises up out from behind me and says, "Now listen here, we're getting out of here." And he's going to raise his handcuffed hands up and all of a sudden there's this big flash of light, and he's gone. That is my
Damn.
action. I have bestowed the tail upon myself. And
You've teleported 30 feet into
well, no,
place.
I have to take an action to bestow the tail on somebody.
Yeah.
And then I can. So now I have the ability to use that what I rolled earlier.
Okay.
So I have to
thought you
use.
I thought you were using it.
No. So I have to use a bonus action to determine the tail, and then I have to use an action to bestow it on somebody,
Gotcha.
and then I can use it. So I have it on myself.
Okay. Well, I thought when you said he's gone, you meant you teleported. So
No, yeah. So the spirit basically says that and disappears, and then after you see that, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to look over at Dawnfang and say, when you get a second, I'd appreciate some help, but in the meantime, good for you, and give you a point of inspiration.
Oh, you're just the kindest. Thank you very much, Mr. Magnificent. I'll take care of that one for you, no problem. And it's going to be a good hit for you.
That's what I'm talking about. So now you have a D6 that you can use on any attack roll, saving throw, whatever.
Gotcha.
okay.
And that's going to be my turn.
All right. Well, next up is the third Moonster. That's on Tom. So he's gonna roll to attack Tom while he's there. Dawnfang, give us 16. All 4 of them hit.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
Okay.
Nice.
That's gonna be 6 damage.
Okay.
As this one gets in a couple of really good claws into your skin.
Hmm.
As it should.
As it should. So next up is Malik.
I don't know. So,
Oh, puppy.
um, so the closest one is the one I hit with Dissonant Whispers, and he should have moved back, right? Or did he pass?
No, he did move back.
Okay. So who is the next one? That's one of the ones that was on fire, right?
No, that was the one that Cassius did. This was the one that was on Dawn. So on his turn, he went back up to Dawn to attack again.
Okay, so and that's the closest one to me.
Yes.
Okay, can I run over there and rage?
You most certainly can.
All right, I'm going to rage, and in doing so, I got to roll that D8.
How dare you strike at Greta?
You do. Let's see.
Yeah, it's a D8. Or do you
Yes, it
wanna-
is.
Okay.
I thought, yeah.
Oh, for your wild
Never
module?
mind.
Yep. That will be a 5.
A 5.
Whenever a creature hits you with an attack roll before your rage ends, that creature takes 1d6 force damage as magic lashes out.
Very nice.
And so I'm going to go ahead and swing that great axe on him.
Nice.
Okay.
Oof, that's 11. Wait, no, I've got advantage on that, though. Rage, right?
You don't have advantage, but you've got a +2. It's a +2 to damage with strength weapons, bludgeoning, piercing.
That's the
Advantage.
damage.
You have advantage on strength checks and saving throws.
Oh, fuck, my bad.
You can make a reckless attack, though, right?
No, I did not get to level 4.
Oh.
We're both a little gimped.
So you missed with your attack.
Yeah.
Okay. The next up is Dawnfang.
So, question: is this table still on fire?
There is a table still on fire.
Yep.
Yes.
It is still on fire.
Is it like condensed fire or is it spreading fire?
Right now it's condensed because it's only been technically about 6 seconds. It hasn't had a lot of time to like burn through the table and keep going.
And now, am I pretty close to this table?
You would not. You would have to go through 2 of them to get to that table.
Okay, gotcha. And then I'm not close at all to the Mr. Magnificent.
No, he is not far from that table.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just like seek vengeance on the one that fucked me up.
I understand.
All right, Mr. Leaf God, that's enough hits for me. I'm gonna go ahead and just injure right here, and I go for like a wallop down with his little quarterstaff.
Okay, roll it.
This is the most polite monk I have ever seen. I love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna end your life.
I hope you're
Yeah.
okay with that.
Let's see here.
You're doing some great damage. I really respect you. But
14.
14 hits.
Hell yeah.
fuck him up, Don Fang.
7.
7. All right. It's going to be 10. All right. You do anything else on your turn?
Let's go ahead and play around with flurry of blows.
As you
Yeah.
should. You did hit.
Hell yeah.
So flurry of blows is 1 key point, and that allows me to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action.
Yes.
Do we?
Oh, what was it, Austin? Oh, you said do
I
we?
said, do
Oh,
we?
gotcha.
Yep.
Do we?
Okay.
You can do it.
You
can
can
do
do
it.
it.
So go ahead and
right.
make the first unarmed attack.
Okay. Ooh, 26.
Ooh, that hits.
A 26 to hit.
Roll for damage.
8.
All right, roll the second one to hit.
And it's going to be a punch with the same fist. We're just sending the message.
Fucking
I
A.
love that.
I don't know
Well,
if that hits though.
A 9 does not hit.
Okay, so he misses. Like,
The message was not sent. It was returned to sender.
I can't let you keep hitting me with that. Come on. Oh God. And then I missed next.
So Don Fang hits him with the quarterstaff. It's like, I gotta put you down. Punches the fuck out of this thing, and then for the second one, when he goes back to do it, his elbow bumps the bar a little bit, and he just off his shots.
Oh,
His
hit the
second
funny
shot.
bone.
Oh my
Mm.
god, no.
It's a weird name for the bone that doesn't make me laugh. Ugh.
Next up is the one that is still on Francesca. And they all miss. So moving on, Cassius.
Let's see. I'm gonna shoot the one I knocked back. It's gonna be more of like a fuck, like pulling his foot away from the acid. I will shoot my gun. That is 23.
Ooh.
23
Damn.
hits.
Rolling real well on damage though. 5. And fuck it. I'm gonna use what is it? Where'd you go? Action surge, and I'm gonna shoot again.
Okay.
And this time, you know what? No, I'm not doing that yet. That's not happening. 24.
Ooh.
24 hits.
There we go. And 11.
All right. So Cassius shoots it first in the shoulder, knocking it back a little bit, and then the second one he aims right at the head of the plant monster. And as he pulls the trigger, the head explodes, revealing that inside where the head cavity was, there looked to be this just the pedestal of the pestle. I will get it right. The pestle of the plant itself was actually blown off, and the creature slumps down to the floor.
Oh,
Nice.
that's gross.
All right. So back up to the top, Francesca.
Realizing that she may not want to burn down the place, she pulls out her water skin and tries to douse the fire on the table.
Okay. Now to do that, you'll have to go through the one that's in front of you.
Then, before she will use her dagger and try to
Okay.
hit with the dagger because she wants to pull off a piece of the leaf. Like she wants to cut it with the dagger and grab the leaf to like stuff in her bag for studying,
Okay.
if
Cool.
possible.
So yeah. So first roll for hit.
20.
So you do hit. So go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand, and then we'll do your damage.
Cool. Natural 20.
Yes. So
Let's go.
you most certainly do.
Damn.
So you
Another-
do grab a sample of it when you do that. So you can go ahead and roll your damage on your dagger.
Five damage. 5 piercing.
Perfect.
And then can I also try to douse the fire with the water skin, or was that my full action?
Well, so when you do that, when you graze it with a dagger, you actually go into the heart of what you would consider this monster thing. And the same thing happens to where it just like it lets out this weird, I can't say scream because plants can't really scream, but it almost lets out like a psychic scream that all of you hear, and it slumps down to the ground. And as it did that, you carved out a piece of that plant that was attached to the skin there. So you've got the plant with some roots on the skin of the corpse that was there. And you can now at this point walk over, and I will let you use a bonus action to douse the fire.
Yay! Do I have to roll for it?
No.
Okay, cool.
I'm mean, not cruel.
Yeah. What do you want me to add to my inventory for the plant sample? Like plant heart, leg,
I would just say skin and plant sample.
skin plant sample.
And that one is also gone. All right. So next up is the one that's on Donfang. So Donfang, it's going to try to use its tentacle on you. And that's a 16, which is your AC, so that does hit. So that is 7 damage that you take, and where the tentacle just lashes across your chest, your robe and where your sash pops up starts to bubble up from the acid.
Ugh.
Oh god, get this off of me. Oh god. Just kind of like trying to like, Jesus.
Bat it out.
Trevor, it is your turn.
Okay. So still engaged with this one in front of me. Let's see.
Wait, what happened to the old man? Did he turn
The old
into a
man
plant?
was what exploded and let loose the spores.
Ew, so there's just
Yeah.
like a mess of him left.
Yeah, I mean, his corpse is on the ground.
Ew. Okay.
I'm gonna
Like
get
you
some of
remember
that.
those, you remember those old like those what was it, anti-smoking ones where the kids were laughing and they're like their head opened all the way up almost. Was
No.
it smoking? I don't remember what that commercial was, but they were laughing and then like it unzippered and their head flew back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I thought of it.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that's what happened with him.
Oh god.
That's
It's like
horrifying.
It was a dare thing, I think.
I think it was.
It makes me think of Beetlejuice with the big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
mouth.
Okay.
Ugh.
Let's see. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to try to cast Dissonant Whispers again on it. It's a Wisdom save, DC 14.
It passes.
Well, I missed again.
Can I use silvery barbs in response to that?
Let's see.
Ooh, Silvery Barbs, isn't that a new one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Apparently
think it's at a Strixhaven.
Yeah.
Tis.
About to say, 'cause that
So
sounded really
one
familiar.
a reaction you can take when a creature you see within 60 feet succeeds on an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw.
Oh, saving throw.
Yeah, saving throw would magically distract the triggered creature and turns momentary uncertain encouragement. The triggered creature must re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll.
Oh,
Okay.
Nice.
And then I get to choose somebody.
And
right?
give them advantage.
Yeah.
You do.
Nice.
So it still passes,
Okay.
but you do get to pick someone and give them advantage.
I'm gonna pick Don Fang.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
You clapped at my performance, and I do appreciate that.
Oh, I think
Kindness
you got
goes a long way.
okay. So seeing that that failed again, I will just go ahead and I see that Malik tried to help me, so I'm going to look over and say, "But thank you, friend. But unfortunately, this one just doesn't seem to give up." And I'm going to give you a point of inspiration.
Oh, thank you kindly. You know what? Actually, no, I can't. I can't do it. I was gonna give you one back.
you an
Yeah.
inspiration.
Inspiration for everybody. Oh,
Yeah.
Giuseppe, everybody's friend.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Then next up, it is Mike.
I know, and I lost my rage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and rage again because that pissed me off.
Okay.
And then seeing that I wasn't able to help him, so rage again. Roll the d8. That's a 4. So
Magic infuses one weapon in your choice that you are holding. Until it ends, the weapon damage type changes to force, and it gains the light and thrown properties with a normal range of 20 feet and a long of 60. It leaves your hand, it reappears in your hand in the current turn.
Throw that great axe like a freaking boomerang.
Beautiful.
Well, there's the one right next to me.
Like fucking
But,
El Cabal.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna swing on the one right in front of me.
Okay. Swing away, Joe.
Oh, that's a 16.
16 hits.
All right.
Correct.
And +2, that's 10 damage.
And you cleave it in twain.
Ooh.
Love it.
Oh,
You basically just come straight down onto it. You did not like my performance.
Yeah.
After he's done it, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
and go straight through it. So the one that was on Donfang is gone. So now there is just the one left in front of Vizrar, which it is its turn. So it's going to try to tentacle whip at you.
I'm going to use my reaction and teleport behind the bar.
Okay.
Nice.
So it goes in to do its tentacle whip from its palm, and as it does that, you just vanish and appear on the other side of the bar.
And just to flavor that a little bit, what you guys see happen is this massive spectral spirit of this prisoner appears and just envelops me in his arms, and then I'm completely gone. And then you see like the spirit rising up from the ground, and this big flash of light, and Vizrar appears with his hands in the air. Oh, that was a close one.
Oh yeah.
Like that office scene.
I guess if I can see that, I'm like, oh, how'd you do that, Mr. Magnificent? That's great. I love that.
All right. Well, Donfang, it is your turn.
So is there one for me to attack?
There's the one that's over there by the table
Okay.
that was swiping at Vizrar.
Well, looks like there's only one left, so that sounds like a job for the old staff. And I go for kind of like a leg sweep, kind of hit with the staff. So I
Okay.
go for
Well,
the
you
attack.
have advantage on this attack.
Now with advantage, is that like my regular?
Two rolls.
Means you'll roll 2d20 and you'll take the higher number.
Okay.
You should be
believe-
able to right click on your thing to hit, and you can just give it advantage.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I'll take the high one. 24.
Nice.
You hit.
Hell yeah.
So as you go, you actually sweep underneath his feet and knock it down to the ground. And in doing so, do 13 damage.
Damn.
Fucking A. All right.
Little guy lost his sea legs. How about that? Can't even walk anymore.
Okay. So it's now on the ground, Tom.
I mean, I think I'm gonna go for like a headbutt. Like I can headbutt this guy or this thing.
While he's
That's
on the
my,
ground?
like,
Oh, he's on the ground?
oh well, I go for a kick. It makes more sense. I'll just go for like a kick into the head as my unarmed strike.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely good. 17 hits.
Okay, hell yeah.
Tom's over here curb stomping folk.
Yeah.
For real.
8 damage.
He's like the nicest dude, crushing everybody.
And
Yeah,
with
Malibu.
that, Donfang just comes up to it, brings his foot all the way up, and then just straight down, knife kicking into this thing's head and explodes onto the ground.
Oh,
Did you say it messed up my robes? Like, are my robes like look like they've had like some acid hits or something? They've got.
Yes. Yes, they did.
These guys messed up my favorite clothes. I'll never forgive them for this.
And that is combat.
Hell yeah.
oh,
Woo!
If Donfang, if you're like immediately worrying about your robes, I can like go over and mend that for you.
Oh yeah.
I can cast,
Are you? Hell yeah. I mean, like.
I can cast mending on it.
So if your character says it, I'll be like, "Oh, you can fix my clothes for me? That'd be great. I've had these clothes for a long time. I'd like to keep them if I can. Thank you."
Of course.
well, I've never seen anything quite like this before.
Is anything still on fire?
No, she did put out the fire.
Okay. I didn't know if there was more than one.
No, like I said, technically only 12 seconds had passed by the time that the fire had been up. So it definitely like heavily singed and burnt the table that it was on, but it did not have time to spread very far.
Okay.
But now that the commotion in the bar is over, you all are able to hear outside what sounds like screaming and confused, like people running in confusion and panic.
Greta,
Hmm.
and just run out the door.
Yeah.
Well,
Same.
Start
Yeah.
running and reloading and be like, looks like your fortune came true.
yes, I do not know what is going on. I've never seen these types of creatures before.
I've
No
only
one
read
knows.
secondhand accounts. As she runs out.
And I'm going to follow suit.
Yeah, I just take one look back and like, yeah, they're not they're not my favorite either, and I just walk out.
Make sure you quit before you walk out the door.
Yeah.
So as you guys make your way outside, it looks like pure pandemonium out there. There are people running in all directions. Several buildings are on fire, and there's just almost a horde of these creatures are just tearing through the townsfolk.
Oh.
You see a lot of people are making their ways to the docks to try to get on the ship that is stationed there.
Shit.
You said they're similar creatures.
Yes, and there's over 50.
Mm.
Oh my. What is this? What is happening? And I'm going to sort of look at the deck of cards. Did I do this?
I don't think you did this.
No.
Don't beat yourself up. This is something more powerful. Not sure what it is.
Well,
Yes, you're probably right. What do? I've got to get my things. My wagon.
I'm gonna look for Greta.
You see Greta's running towards the docks. Like she is doing what she can to try to make it to that boat.
Is there one like getting up to her?
There is one that was coming up to her. But she, like I said, she used to be a rogue and an adventurer before this. So as it went to swipe at her, she actually slid underneath its claws and kept running.
Run, Greta!
Greta got some moves.
I'll scout out it as well, see if I can see the monks that I traveled with.
I'm assuming these 50 of these are between us and the people going to the dock.
They're not all in between. There's a lot of them out there. Like you see them on all sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like kind of panicking, beginning to look back and forth like towards the market where my wagon is and like the docks and trying to decide what to do.
I'll go help you. Come on. And we can run off towards your dumb little wagon.
If there's a clear path to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just scouting for my dudes. Sochi, are you okay? Where's Sochi? It's Sochi.
Let me find out, Tom. Tom, odds or evens?
Evens.
Well, good news is you see Sochi.
Oh
boy.
no.
The bad
no.
news is Sochi doesn't look like he did a second ago.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
You see one of these creatures is wearing the same robe and sash that you are.
Oh no.
No.
I'm just like, I can't, like, how close is it?
It's in the marketplace because that's where he was last.
Okay, so I'm pretty far away from him.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. I'm just like telling myself they got Sochi. I hope the rest are okay.
Given
What do
there's
you guys
not a,
do?
given there's
I'm
not a,
trying. Sorry, go ahead.
given there's not a complete blockade of these things, can I run to try and help Greta?
Yeah, you can run to the boat.
Yeah, I mean, I want to just make sure she gets on the boat, and I mean, I don't know these people from Dick, so
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, Greta gave me a place to stay, so
You take off towards her in the boat.
I'm trying to see if there is any way I can get to my wagon to gather my things, or if I look like I'm cut off. I don't have anything that's like totally necessary. But
Yeah, I'm running with him.
Roll me a
What?
d20.
okay,
What are you saying, Austin?
I'm gonna like play off Trevor.
that's a 4.
There are quite a few of them blocking your path.
Mm.
I'll grab
What if-
your wrist. Be like, your life is more valuable than the things in that trunk. Let's go.
Oh,
Guys, you
Can
see
I-
a clear path? Sorry.
all right, fine.
All right, hold on.
No. Hold
Brianna,
on.
go ahead.
May I cast a spell?
Yeah.
Okay. And in a quick, rapid attempt to try to clear the path, I will cast Tasha's Caustic Brew at 2nd level.
nice.
So it's a 30-foot line, 5-foot wide. Each creature in the line has to succeed on a Dex 14 save, or be covered in acid, and then taking 2d4 acid at the start of each turn.
Okay.
It has to take an action to scrape or wash the acid off.
And you said it's a fuck. That's a lot of balls. You said that is a 14.
Yes.
Okay. 1. So 5 of them succeed and 5 of them do not.
Okay. So it's actually 4d4 since I'm casting it at 2nd level. So that is 10 acid damage for 10 total, and then I guess 5 for the ones who succeeded.
Okay.
And then they still take 2d4 at the start of each turn.
Okay.
Acid damage.
All right. Well, those 10 now are looking in your direction from where you cast the spell.
Cool. Didn't plan this far.
Let's go. I'll just fire a shot at them and start pulling him. Like, let's go.
Oh, okay.
So
Francesca, do not worry about my things. There's no way we'll be able to get to my wagon in time.
Well, I wish you'd said that a second ago. Aren't those things important to you?
Yes, but not as important as our lives. We have to go.
Okay. And she'll kind of like look at Cassius like, I don't know what I'm doing, and
This-
just kind of run off in this opposite direction that she just came.
This way.
Well, at least she
The
knocked
big
some out of the
boy.
way for us.
Yeah, I assume Cassius is like pulling on my arm, so I really don't
Yeah.
have much of a say. So
No, you don't.
Oh, so you are
So-
pulling him back towards the wagon? Or
I'm pulling him towards the ships.
okay, then yeah. She would follow.
Yep.
Realizing that it probably was a lost cause.
Okay. So all of you are now heading. Well, what are you doing, Don Fang?
So I was gonna say to Cassius. So Cassius, do you think there's a way out of here somewhere? Like maybe we should sneak somewhere that's a little bit
Wh-
quiet.
There's pure pandemonium going on. I think our safest bet is the ships to get out of here.
Alrighty, let's do it.
So all of you are making your way towards the ship. Malik, you will reach it first. Basically with your longer legs, pretty much the same time that Greta does.
I'm gonna make sure Greta's okay. She wasn't like hurt or anything. Like, it's, you know, try and do the simple, like, roll her sleeves up on her own and be like, Greta, are you you okay? Yeah, what are you? Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, Malik. Thank you. Just a few bumps and bruises.
Okay, you stay right there. You
I
fuck,
swear
lost
to
my
God,
accent.
I
I
thought
know.
you're just about to go. You stay. I go.
Yeah.
I was trying really hard not to. All right, you just stay here and fuck. Hey, God damn it! I already lost my accent. I already lost it.
Not left to play log.
Hello, Gabe.
All right, Greta. It's saying Greta is fucking me up. That's the thing.
All your NPCs now are going to start with G's.
Great.
Don't say the T, like, don't pronounce the T with your mouth. Do it from here. Greta.
Well, like my mind is missing that. Don't like. It's like go ahead, roll the R, and then it's conflicting with roll the R.
Yeah.
Stay. And I'm going to go to like
Yeah.
where the boarding is and try and like fend off any things that are coming.
So yeah, so you're basically at the bottom of the basically the boarding plank, and you are just swinging your axe at anything that gets too close, while the rest of the townspeople are furiously trying to cram onto this boat. The rest of the party, you guys now make it to the boat, where you just see Malik out there just swinging his axe around, just going almost ape shit.
Yeah.
Do
didn't
I
say why
see
not.
anybody in close range that needs healing?
Yep, I do.
As we get closer, I'll start unloading on the other ones by
Okay.
Malik.
There are a couple of people that look like they're really hurt.
Okay. I would go to. Bless you.
Oh,
Did I
that was
hear
a cough.
things?
Thank you though.
Oh, okay. I will go to the closest one, like the one that looks the worst, and ruins on him.
You do.
Yay! I did
In
a
my
thing.
In my head, like I'm envisioning that we're like near like a pier, kind of like waters, kind of thing. Like we're close to where the boats are docked, so therefore,
So yes, you guys are on the end at the end of a pier, getting onto this boat while this horde is like making its way to you.
okay,
Like it's chasing what's left of the the
The
people that were
town.
living in the town that didn't escape out like the sides of the town where they could. This was where you kind of got cornered to.
okay.
Do I
So I like-
see? Sorry.
I was like, I like Malik's idea, of just attacking, to help get the people on, and maybe even knock some of them into the water or something.
Knock the people.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Let me on! Ah!
Swim. It's your only chance.
I was just gonna see if I see anybody that doesn't look like they're gonna make it.
There are a couple that, as they're running to you, they almost get swallowed up by these things.
Mm.
If there's anybody that I can save, I'd like to try and run at it and like try and help.
From where you're at now,
No.
no. Most of
Okay.
the ones that you could save are like running past you onto the boat. They final a bit of survivors that could have gotten on there. It is now just the three of you on the dock. The boat itself looks like it's starting to move.
On the boat.
Without
On the
you
boat.
Well, okay.
Boat time.
I'm just still getting like pulled aggressively by Cassius.
Francesca, boat.
Yeah, and she turns around and tries to do a head count and see if everybody's here and anywhere like close to each other. Just
Yes,
the
as
only
the
people
boat
that she knows.
now as the boat starts to pull away from the dock and these things start swarming the end, all of you have made it safely to the boat. The survivors themselves, most of them look afraid and panicking. Like there's a lot of crying and people calling out names, trying to find their loved ones or anyone that they knew. Roll me a perception, all of you. Austin, you can take an advantage on this because you were already looking for this particular thing.
Natural 20.
Very nice.
15.
7.
So 22.
I rolled 2
That's fine.
3s.
Oh no!
Wow, you
Oh,
Buddy.
buddy.
2 3s.
Damn.
That's worse than me.
Fuck.
When Francesca turns, a little bit of the fire from her hair like sweeps past, and like a little piece of ash like flies into your eye. You can't see anything.
Fuck.
That sounds like it hurt.
Unloading pot shots at the other things on the dock still.
So for Malik and Francesca, you see that there is what looks to be. I mean, at Malik, you've recognized him. It's Hope. For most of you, he would look like an Asimar. The difference is his skin seems to be more glowy, and where most Asimar look very more like humans with the purple blue skin, he looks the opposite. He looks more like an angelic celestial creature that is just down here on Earth hanging out. Arguing with the captain of the ship, where the captain was explaining he was trying to keep as many survivors as possible, and Hope was forcing him to leave, whether people were on the boat or not.
Oh,
Yeah, no. I'd like to walk over there.
so like Hope wanted him to leave sooner than he did.
Yeah.
No, Hope immediately was like, "Yeah, go. I have to survive."
Hmm.
Wish I would have saw this.
So Malik, you walk over there.
Oh, Mayor Hope. I hope I'm not intruding in your conversation, but I couldn't help but overhear you wanted us to leave before all these people were here. Is that correct?
He looks at you with what you might have thought the first time that you saw him, amusement. Now you can tell it is actually disdain, because you are now seeing what kind of person he is.
It just looks at me.
He's looking at you. He's going to talk. I
Okay,
wanted
so-
to give you that. No, you're
Okay.
good. I want to make sure you saw in him what he was.
Yes, sir.
Yes. If I survive, the town survives. We can rebuild. But I must live to make it happen.
And how exactly do you plan on bringing back everybody that died if you were the only one on the boat?
I need not bring them back. We just get new people to move in and rebuild.
I'm going to speak very loudly. So what you're saying is that none of these people that lived mattered?
course, everyone's looking now.
I'm definitely paying attention.
Yeah.
Not at all. I'm saying that I mattered.
So you're more important than everybody on the ship, these children, these women, these men that built the town around you.
Obviously.
Oh, you hear that, folks? We
Oh.
got somebody here that thinks they're just so important they deserve to live more than you all.
Oh, he's an Asimar. What do you expect of them?
Oh, he puts the ass in Ashimar, that's for sure.
Definitely
Like-
acting like a, definitely acting like a straight diva.
Love it.
I say we throw him overboard.
I'm what?
Like I'm legit pissed after seeing what happened.
I'm
Like I love this town, I love these people, and he puts himself above them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be working my way over towards you.
You do?
I'm standing back, just sort of paying attention to what's going on, but I don't really know this guy, so
It's like,
I'm kinda
not
with-
my chin, not my problem. Know what I'm saying?
yeah, I'm just kind of watching.
I think Trevor read my mind. I'm going to be the same way as Trevor on this one.
Okay. You're that orc bard that I allotted into the town. Surprised you're even still here.
Well, I did make sure that all the other people I could help were here, other than somebody like yourself.
Sorry, I'm just trying to keep my notes up while this goes.
Gooch.
Why don't you play us a little tune, bard? Isn't that what you're here for?
Sure, you know what? You brought me into this town. You're the reason I'm here. I can definitely play us a little ditty. How about
Yeah.
the one?
I'm gonna like put like my
I just almost picture Malik like he's ready to beat the shit out of this guy, and this guy's like, "How about you play me a tune?" Well, all right then.
Yeah.
The tune was going to be
meet the
Captain
acts.
Overboard.
what places you above these people? You'll just regenerate either way. If you die back there.
Is it not obvious? We are born of God's blood. Why would we not be more important than the rest of the rabble?
I fucking
I'm going to look over at Cassius and be like,
like chewing my lip. God,
We make
always
the
placing-
decisions that are for the
Oh.
good of the people.
Oh, good of the people. That's you sound awfully like someone I know. Oh gods, I hate you.
And who are you, boy, to worry about my goings and doings?
Oh, sorry. Let me introduce myself. I'm Cassie's actor. How may I help you? Not throw people overboard. And I'm gonna look at you.
oh, come on.
Nice.
Do you have
And I'm just-
something?
if he says something snide in return, I'm going to spit on him.
Seeing these tensions rise up, I'm going to
I'm,
look at Cassius and focus very intently on him, and very subtly, like point in his direction and cast guidance on Cassius.
actually,
So where everybody's placed at, so Mike and Austin are obviously next to each other, and I'm next to Trevor. Is Brianna's character near us, or is she near them?
No, she's right next to Visrar. She, as gaudy, as ostentatious as he is, she still feels bad that he just lost his whole wagon and everything. So she's just kind of sticking by him. And I
Got it.
think, Blake, would she recognize that he's casting guidance?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so guidance is normally a touch spell, but
Mhm.
this subclass allows me to cast it at a range of 60 feet.
No, I wasn't calling you out on that. I was just saying, would I that as guidance? And you said yes, Blake?
Yeah, it's a verbal component.
Okay. Can I then follow suit?
It's also concentration.
Yes.
Yes. Can I then cast Bless on Cassius, Malik, and I don't know, Visrar? So, blessing up to 3 creatures. Whenever you make an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw.
Yeah, you can totally do that.
So Cassius has guidance from me, and I believe Malik still has inspiration from me.
Did I get inspiration from it?
I gave it to you during combat. It lasts for 10 minutes, so I don't know if it's still active or not.
They
Terrific question.
probably. I'd say it's not been 10 minutes at this point. Like, it's a lot happened in a very quick time.
Mm-hmm.
And Dawnfang still has inspiration for me as well.
Yeah.
I would like to rage.
Yes.
Okay.
So, give us one good reason why we shouldn't toss you overboard when you value your life so highly over these people.
What makes you think you can just toss me overboard,
Oh, I'd like to bet on that.
boy? Did you rage, by the way? Because you need to roll your wild surge.
Yep, that's a 1. So that's a shadowy tendrils lash around me. Each creature of my choice makes a con saving throw or take 1d12 necrotic damage, and I'd gain 1d12 temp hit points.
Nice.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Oh, God.
So he's got to make a con saving throw.
Yep. Give me just a second here. Let me
And you did that?
Yeah, that's the whatever fucking barbarian I am, the wild magic. Anytime I rage, you roll a d8 and you pick something from the table.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Just random shit happens every time he rages.
So a shadowy tendril appears behind him and knocks him in the back towards you. Roll me a strength check.
Dude.
You're basically gonna grapple him.
No, fuck this guy. I'm gonna hex him.
Nice.
21.
Yeah.
Nice.
You grapple the fuck out of him.
Okay.
So while you're holding him up in the air, Austin, you said you wanted to hex him?
I'm gonna hex him, and I'm gonna say it in Celestial. Like, I'm gonna basically
Say something about his parentage?
Yeah. No, basically, I'm just gonna say, fuck you, you righteous cunt, and spit on him. And as his spit hits, that's where the I hex him.
What's with you and spitting?
He's not too thrilled about Asimars right now.
Oh, that's fair. You just spitting a lot.
Francesca's like, you speak Celestial too? She looks stoked about it.
I mean,
And basically, it's fuck you, righteous prick. And basically, like from like where my mouth starts speaking, I'm trying to. I don't know how to flavor this because I don't know who my patron is. So if you want to flavor that, Blake.
So as you do it, from where do you keep your gun?
I would keep it on my right hip.
So from your right hip, you almost feel just this, I'm not going to say malevolent force, but just there is a presence that you just feel standing next to you, as if you were not only standing right there, but also almost to your right, as if you were you had a twin that is standing right next to you. And he puts a hand on your right shoulder as you hex, and you just feel that power flow through you.
Yeah.
Mm,
I am going to give him disadvantage on strength checks. 'Cause
Oof.
fuck him.
nice.
Hmm.
So he's kind of flailing right now, but a 21 strength check is nothing that even if he rolled a 20 could beat.
Wow.
Put me down this instant.
So am I holding him above my head right now?
Yeah, 100%.
If you object to him going off the ship, go ahead and step in my way so I can walk around you and then throw you off next.
Nobody moves.
Nobody moves?
Yeah, like no one gets in your way.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, fuck, what did I do?
Time has stopped.
Yeah. Uh-oh. So I'm going to walk over and try and toss his ass straight overboard.
You do.
Oh, no rules?
No, I mean you're grappling him. You can throw him.
Okay, yeah, fucking yeet.
Like you can roll a dex to throw him, but it's quite literally the ocean does not have a very high AC, seeing as there's so fucking much of it. You basically just have to not roll a 1.
Yeah, no, yeah, okay, fuck it. Let's do it. Woo! 8, hey, buddy.
Yeah.
You do. You toss his ass overboard.
And good fucking riddance.
I imagine I don't know what's going on, but I'm just like,
Woo.
my friends.
After doing so, do I hear a child crying? Because I know you said there was a lot of that.
You do hear a couple. I mean, it's like I said, there's people calling out for family and loved ones. There's kids that like they don't know where their parents are.
Do I see a child standing by themselves? Perception.
Yes,
Oh, I do? Okay.
you do.
I'd like to walk over and just kind of kneel down. Hi, I don't want to scare you. I'm going to like whisper talk. Now, my mom gave this to me when I was just a wee lad, so I think that you could really use this right about now. And I want you to know that if anybody messes with you, you come to me and they're going to end up like that dickhead over there.
Oh,
All right, and what did you hand him?
A tiny stuffed bear with like stuffed bear fur from like that my mom gave me. Like he hung on to it from after he left home. He's a big ass
oh,
baby. It
Okay,
had
you
no
do.
importance.
adorable.
All right, so the kid takes it and like he's hugging it real tight, and he's slowly just stops crying as loudly.
As loudly.
That's,
I mean,
Hmm.
he's still crying because obviously he,
Yeah. In the passive time, can I try and like help him find his parents walking around?
Yeah.
Just say that's what I'm doing.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna go on like a cursing tirade up front.
I guess I'll just look over at Mr. Magnificent and Francesca. All right, I don't know what happened. Who was that?
I do not know this man. It seems whatever he was, he seemed to have done some sort of wrong to Cassius and Malik. They seem
Yeah,
to certainly not like him, that's for sure.
He had to be a
Malik
pretty
said-
bad guy.
I called him Hope. Isn't that the mayor's name?
I don't know. I have not
Mayor
been in,
Overboard?
I have
Hey.
not been in town very long, so I am really not sure.
That's just what Cassius told me.
My
Oh, well,
goodness.
there.
As I'm looking for the kid's parents, I'd like to walk past them, like push the kid in that direction and be like, he was a dick.
Oh, he's a bad guy. That makes a lot more sense.
It seems he was certainly not a good person.
Well, I don't like bad people, so I'm pretty fine with what happened there. If it was somebody who was nice, it'd be pretty bad, but it happens. And I just
You-
look over at the land and just like looking to kind of see if I can tell what's going on anymore.
He's not my battle. I'm going to stay out of it.
Yeah, and no, you guys are finally far enough away from the town that you can't really see much, but like the smoke that's still raging from the fires. And just bobbing out in the middle of the water, just this one
It's a
purple glowing
glow-
ass man.
Beacon.
Yeah.
I'll get you next time, Malik.
Yeah.
And as the ship starts sailing, dusk finally settles over all of you, and that is where we will end tonight.
Cool.
All right.